crashing into each other, only 'cause it's all we know. Wanna fall into the same way we were long ago. And nothing really stays the same, but everything is gold.
아프리카 TV 프리급 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 2 코드 S 더 커밍 스톰.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another day of the GSL Codas. Today is Group B. We wrapped up Group A just a few days ago. All of the non-Koreans competing in our tournament are out, both Scarlet and Special.
Do you mean to say that Parting is not a foreigner?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yes,
because he plays on the NA server and plays like the NA server.
Yes,
so.
he can and rushes a lot. He's actually one of the players I'm most excited to see playing here today.
Yeah.
Of course, we have Dark Innovation going up first. This is a match that is going to be totally crazy. I think Dark's supposed to take it, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I mean, Innovation is somebody who's really been consistent throughout the ages.
Yeah. Here's our round of 8 so far. So we're going to see who's playing TY. Whoever wins this group gets to play TY, and whoever gets second place gets to play DRG.
And DRG, by the way, really outperforming, I think, everybody's expectations here. It was cool to see him advance, but for him to get out first is really, that's really something else.
Yeah, he's truly back at this point.
Yeah.
He looks fantastic. I think that he can really go far too.
We got a quick video, then we're going to start our games.
이재영 선수의 지명이 좀 있겠습니다. 이재영 선수 입장에서는 어떤 종족을 뽑는 게 가장 베스트예요?
저그를 뽑는 게 베스트긴 한데
예.
남은 사람이 좀 세가지고
오.
누굴 뽑아야 될지 잘 모르겠어요.
영우보다 제가 좀 더 나은 것 같고 상대하기 편한 것 같고 또 토스전이나 태태전보다는 저그전이 더 편하니까 또
오.
수정형 저도 많이 이겨봤고 좀 재밌을 것 같아요 그냥.
이재영 선수 최종 마음의 결정을 좀 하셨습니까? 아니면 더 이야기 듣고 싶은 선수가 있어요?
영우 얘기.
오. 박영우.
아니 뭐 저는 뽑아주면은 감사하다고 잘하죠.
오. 테라 입장에서는 저그를 선택하고 싶다는
네.
생각.
보통은 맞는데 왠지 좀 다른 선택이 있지 않을까?
아니면 스페셜?
그렇죠.
그냥 데려가나요?
느낌상.
데려가나요? 원이사?
근데 이제 뺏길 거 생각하면.
와, 박영우예요.
오?
와, 지금 박영우 선수를 가장 먼저 선택을 했습니다.
오.
그냥 저그전 하고 싶은데
어.
병렬이는 뭔가 자꾸 뽑아달라고 해서 좀 그랬고 그냥 영우 잘하긴 하는데 그래도 잘 준비하면 이길 수 있을 것 같아가지고 뽑았어요.
와, 그럼 남은 선수들 중에서도 뭔가 좀 당기는 그런 선수도 있나요?
아 거의 확정인데
예.
얘기를 한번 들어보고 싶어가지고요.
오, 누구요?
대선이요.
아, 이재선.
네, 괜찮은 것 같아요.
괜찮아요?
쉬는 시간에 령우가 저 뽑아도 되냐고 했는데
네.
아무래도 뽑지 말라고 해도 뽑을 것 같고
네.
이미 받아들이고 있어요.
영우가 저를 뽑았으면 좋겠는 게 같이 DPG 멤버 같은 팀으로서 올라갈 수 있거든요. 그냥 같이 손잡고 올라가는 게 좋지 않나.
뭐 이신영 선수의 밟고 같이 올라갈 수 있다는
은근히 도발?
확신이 좀 있는 것
그냥
같은데요?
밟고 올라가죠 그냥 무조건.
오!
도발?
야, 도발 나왔고요.
제가 말을 잘못한 것 같은데
네.
그냥 저 뽑아줬으면 좋겠어요. 저는 진짜로 령우가 뽑으라는 사람 뽑을게요.
누굴 뽑을까요?
다른 조의 의견을 완전 무시하면 비조
네.
모두가 만족할 만한 조가 나올 수는
네.
있거든요.
원희상인가요? 아니면 이재선인가요? 와, 진짜 이재선이에요.
이번에는 좀 무조건 쉬운 조를 원하기보다
네.
게임을 오래 했는데 좀 한계를 좀 깨보고 싶어가지고 그렇게 마음을 좀 먹고 와서
자신의 한계를 깬다 했잖아요.
어.
재선이가 저를 이긴 적이 없고요. 그리고 지금 제가 저조를 들어가면 DPG 대 카이지가 되거든요. 팀이. 근데 카이지가 DPG를 못 이겨요. 저희가 팀리그 다 이겼기 때문에 여기서라도 뭐 복수를 해야 되지 않을까, 자존심을 걸고. 지금 여기서 저를 안 뽑으면은 그냥 겁나서 도망가는 것밖에 안 되거든요.
아니 저렇게 도발을 안 해도 저기에서 제일 쉽다고 생각했는데 뽑기 싫어졌어요.
잠깐만. 말할 수 있는 기회 드릴게요. 원희상.
그냥 그 스토리 왜 이렇게 그 방방바가 안 되세요? 그거 있잖아요. 그 약간 이제 방송 재밌게 하려고 그 스토리 만든 거지. 제가 어떻게 감히 그렇게 그런 마인드로 경기에 임하겠습니까? 그냥 저는 재밌게 말을 하자 그렇게 말한 거죠.
선이가 똑똑한 판단을 했으면 좋겠어요. 괜히
어떤?
포스 뽑지 말고 그냥 자기가 잘하는 저그전 해가지고 저랑 재밌는 경기 했으면 좋겠어요.
자기를 뽑아라.
재밌게도 한정조씩 모두 남아있어요.
네. 자, 원희석 선수는 여기서 벽을 깨기 위해서는 자신의 선택하라고 말을 바꿨어요.
팀대팀!
됐어요.
이야!
팀 됐습니다.
여기서 만약에 살아남는다면은 A조 저 타코 친구랑 스칼렛 친구도 만약 올라오면은 잡아먹고 싶어가지고 그리고 태양이한테 복수도 하고 싶고 그래가지고 그냥 저랑 다 연관돼 있어가지고 A조 분들이
네.
그래서 B조를 꼭 오고 싶었어요.
그래서 복수할 수 있는 그 조까지 완성이 좀 됐습니다.
Land of 16 Innovation Dark Bunny Party
All right, this group is pretty crazy. Bunny definitely the underdog. Innovation, Dark Partying. I think any of those guys could advance. I'm curious to see how Bunny will perform. He's been steadily improving, but Dark, the world champion of 2019, I feel like also has been continuously steadily improving. Partying's unpredictable. It's hard to track him. Innovation's probably been the most consistent through all the eras of StarCraft. That's what we got here for Group B.
Yeah, it's a killer group, really. A lot of people have been calling this one the Group of Death. Don't know if I 100% agree with that, but I think if Bunny performs tonight, we could call it that, you know? Of course, we have 2 top 4 players from last season already in Innovation Parting, so obviously these people are in form. As you said, Dark is the reigning champion of the world. So it's a pretty sick group, and Bunny played his best StarCraft, I think, in the round of 24.
I agree. Let's see how he does here. But first, we have Innovation versus Dark, and the results of this are really going to lay the groundwork for what the rest of this group is going to be like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're either going to be going up against an amazing Zerger Terran in the winners, and on the other side of this group, it's going to be, you know, who's better in what matchup, right? Like, let's say it's Bunny wins over there, and it's against Innovation. Crazy TVT for the winners, but it could be the other way around. Let's say Dark versus Partying. So many different ways this could all pan out, because I think
Really
Partying versus Bunny also is hard to call. Partying should be favored there, but I think if Bunny plays like he did in round of 24, it's a toss-up, right?
Yeah, and I mean, things can go wrong for Partying as well. We can talk more about that momentarily, though. We're going to be playing on Deathera, Ice and Chrome, and Eternal Empire between these two. I can't believe this is the first match for today. I know he wanted to play a Zerg, but, like, how do you pick Dark when it's your first pick in your group? It doesn't even make sense.
Innovation looking very strong lately as well. Let's see how he performs in this best of 3. Innovation versus Dark in Group B. Our first best of 3 starts now.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해볼까? 카이지 게이밍 이노베이션 이신영 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 다크 박영우
So to start things off, let's go ahead and characterize Dark's play here. He seems to be unbreakable as far as pushes go. Very robust early game. He's very good at being aggressive. Unlike, let's take Scarlet from Wednesday's match. Scarlet is very, very strong in the late game, but sometimes is broken on the 4th base by a push. Dark seems to be virtually unbreakable. He'll always barely hold it off.
Yeah.
All the way into the late game. I mean, we joked about it. You know, he has like 1 or 2 ultras.
Yeah.
And it barely is enough to fight him back. But he really knows how to manage that balancing act from the start of the game to the very, very end of the game. And also, he is a player who is able to be really aggressive with timings early on, too. And he's sort of the full package.
Yes, it's a good way to put it. I was going to say he's a fully balanced player.
Yeah. He's also more aggressive than, I would say, most of the Zergs, which is one of the reasons why he's scary. He will go with a very quick pool opening or something crazy, a Nidus play. very often, and almost always you see it work.
Yeah, yeah. He's got the full package. Like, he's got great macro, but he doesn't rely on that to win. You know? He's got great attacks, but he doesn't rely on that to win. He's got great defense, he doesn't rely on that to win. He kind of has the ultimate flexibility that few players have in this game.
He also seems to have the healthiest rotation out of all the Zerg players as far as build order selection in a best of 3, best of 5.
Let me think about that for 1 second. Yeah, I think you're right on that.
I think I'm
That sounds about right. Like, I think Rogue is really up there too, just to be fair.
Yeah, I think he has been.
Yeah.
I'd say not this year as much. I think in the past he certainly has been, but I'd say right now, and then, you know, the second half of 2019, I think Dark's really been the guy for that. Now, over to Innovation, you know, most StarCraft players are dominant in specific eras, and occasionally we'll have a player do it more than once, but Innovation, I would say, for at least 4 different periods of StarCraft has been really on top.
Yeah.
And that's really something else, because this is a game that's changed more than almost any other game that's ever been out, right? I mean, the kind of patches that have been implemented, the expansion sets that have drastically altered the way the game's played. And Innovation almost invariably comes out ahead of everybody in periods of time.
Yeah.
Which is really something else. I mean, you know, we have plenty of players who just kind of started to shine in Legacy of the Void. Players like Stats is an example, who was good, but when Legacy came out, Zest as well.
Yeah.
But when you take somebody like Innovation, he's just always been on top. Even during the beta of the game, he was one of the good players.
Well, he's, you know, I think Innovation, first off, he's close again to being the best player in the world again.
Yep.
He made the round of 4 last season, obviously, and, you know, had a very good run there. If he wins another GSL, I think you really got to consider him for GOAT, greatest of all time.
Yeah.
You know, because again, there is the only players that can be discussed in that, I think, are MVP, Serral, Rogue, Maru, and Innovation. But, like, if you give Innovation any more, you got to actually look at what he's done. It's like, oh my God, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And like you said, just the time span of it is madness.
So we've got some pushback here from Dark on the map. As you can see, they get accelerated through these little green areas over here. I don't think it's going to do that much, though.
No.
This is not a real committed attack. It looks like it's 2 Ravagers and 2 Roaches, which is actually less than we ever normally see here with counterattacks. So in some sense, Dark is actually being even more efficient and you can see he's getting 14 drones behind this. So I think Dark is definitely bringing this game into a good spot for him. But I'm really more interested in seeing, you know, when Stim's done and medevacs are available, what kind of push we're going to have here from Innovation.
Yeah, well, it seems like Innovation is just going for a really standard big macro play, right? Banshee Hellion, 3 command centers, getting into double eBay. There's nothing too special about it, which is actually kind of what you want to see from Innovation, because this is where he really shines. Whereas with Dark, it's like, yeah, he made like 5 Roaches, 2 of which became Ravagers. They didn't do anything at all. I guess they slowed down a little bit of the pressure at his front. But I don't think that bothers him too much.
Now,
This
I
might,
don't see any Overseer here. This is an unusual time to send these Banshees out. A lot of players get the Banshees to drive away the Roaches and the Ravagers, but to have this Cloak come in here with a delayed timing attack is pretty smart. He then flies in, and I mean, this is almost 20 drones.
Yeah, no, this is too much. This is crazy, the amount of damage. 20 drones.
And now with the rotation over here to the 3rd, the death count is only going to get higher here. And
I mean, he is wrecking at the moment. This is an insane amount of damage that's been done.
And even a player like Dark, I don't know if he can recover from this, but this is a pretty sneaky little transition here. You take the Banshees, you hold off the attack, you bring them back, get 2, get Cloak, and then come in here. And I mean, the number of kills, that's almost unheard of at this phase of the game here with the Banshee attack. So that's pretty incredible. And it looks like both are going to get away.
Those are Wings of Liberty Banshees right there, okay? Both in double-digit kills. That's madness.
Dude, now the push is going to come. Marines, tanks.
He's got that stim.
Yeah, he's got stim. He's headed northbound. 1-1 is going to finish. Zerg cannot make too many drones, so they're going to have to be on their back foot economically. And even then, this attack could be enough to really possibly kill Dark.
Well,
Now,
just forcing him to make any units right now
Right.
is just something he does not want to do. It seems like Dark has enough at the moment. But, you know, one of the things that we always talk about with Dark, and it's definitely true, he's the best at fighting back from early damage.
yeah.
Whether it's self-inflicted or inflicted from his opponent. So this is a great chance for him to show what he's made of in that regard.
Right.
Because this looks completely undoable against a monster like Innovation.
Well, he's taken out both those, I should say one of those tanks here. It seems like there's barely enough Roaches and Ravagers that,
Yeah.
you know, for all the kills on the workers that Innovation got away with, the follow-up push, it almost set him back. You know, it was held off. Now, Innovation's macro has been very smooth. We even see here the vastly superior army supply. He's far from finished. So Dark survives the first actual push out, but how will the second one do?
Yeah, well, the second one is actually the big one. Normally when you'd go for a build like this, a strategy like this, where you're going for just like some pressure, some harassment while going double engineering bay and 3 bases, it's really all about the 2-2 timing push, right?
Right.
It's like you basically hit 2-2 upgrades on your Marines at the same time that you max out, approximately. And then you have this ridiculously strong army. Plenty of tanks in there if that's what you went for, or mines, whichever one. Lots of medevacs, lots of Marines, and that's where you really try to put the screws on Zerg. So we'll see about that. Now, he is going to the main base with a double medevac drop. There's like plenty of units here already waiting. So I forget, Dark has remade his whole economy.
Dark is going to come down here and try to take out this attack. I like the conservative approach here by Innovation to just come in with 2 medevacs. He knows there's no Spire out here. There's no way these can be sniped. This is a safer way. I think, honestly, I thought he was going to do a push after the first push, but he's backed off and said, no, I'm going to play it safe here and just see if I can't eke out a little bit more damage and try to get ready for a much bigger push. And it looks like that attack's going to be coming out here now.
Yeah. All right, so he's got double factory going with siege tanks, which is going to make his push really, really strong as it comes up. Looks like he's going to go after this 5th base. You know, it's painful if Dark has to cancel this, so he does come up and surrounds it.
But this is a multi-pronged attack here. That was all to draw away from this push that's coming in over here. So many Banes coming down, and that was not good Baneling connection there. Now he snipes the tank. The other tanks are still far away enough that these Marines don't have real cover. This will allow him to try to do a bit of a balancing act here defensively.
And his 2-2 just finished, so this was like just a little tiny bit earlier than you'll normally see it hit, but it's, you know, he's got those upgrades now. The thing is, it has been whittled down a little bit.
Jesus, man, Dark is so good.
Yeah.
It makes it look like the Banshees that killed the drones are actually from a different game here.
No, I know.
Like, I don't.
Although that did feel a little bit like an anti-timing, right? Like I was talking about how you normally hit with 2-2 when you're maxed.
Very true.
He was basically maxed. He would have been if he hadn't lost that early army, but his 2-2 was just slightly not done. So
Yeah.
he fought for like 30 seconds without 2-2, which that actually changes a lot.
No, you're completely right. Had he waited maybe 4 or 5 more seconds and then attacked in, he would have had 2-2, and maybe he would have taken a better fight here. I almost think Innovation might be overextending here, actually eating that corrosive bile.
Well, I think it is important for him to keep a lot of pressure on right now. You want to force your opponent to just continually be making units. He has a 2-upgrade advantage. He has siege tanks on the high ground. I mean, this should be Innovation's moment.
Yeah, this is the moment that Innovation needs to try to break through. He's trying to utilize his bottleneck here. Again, you know, one thing about Dark that is standing out to me out of the rest of his play in this game is that the bile shots are always efficient.
He's doing very well with biles.
He's forcing the medevacs to be microed away when they need to be healing the units. He's making sure they're connecting on tanks. He's actually putting them in spots that make it that you have to almost do a split in every single direction. And look, I mean, he's on 5 bases now. Innovation's on 4. Oh, actually, I think Innovation will finally get this base.
Yeah.
Pretty big, but I think Dark is still trying to expand down towards the lower left.
Yeah. Dark right now, he does have that 2-2 upgrade as well. The Hive is done, has a couple Vipers out here. maybe with those Vipers, he can Blinding Cloud the Siege Tanks or something like that. Looks like a giant Ling counterattack coming through right now
pretty
as well.
smart. When Terran's maxed out like this, there's not much that can actually go back to try to defend. At the same time, though, the push has so much muscle behind it. And I think we're actually going to see GG. I think Innovation will actually take game one. Bailings are going to be made here. Let's see if they can get done in time to possibly drive this back. Okay, we might actually have Dark surviving a little bit longer here. More Lings just below this, not being moved. Into the attack. GG, Innovation takes game one. Wow. I got to say, I'm impressed with both players. I think a lot of this goes back to those Banshees doing such a comical amount of damage early on. Dark survived for most of the game, but Innovation never really got behind there. And I think Dark played basically a perfect game post Banshees killing all of his drones, but you know, so much of StarCraft is a butterfly effect, right? Something starts here and then we end up in a completely different place than we might have been otherwise. And so
that game, I think, really shows that. Shows it.
Excellent strategic decision for Innovation to spring the Cloaked Banshees after holding off the Roach Ravager. Very smart move. Ice and Chrome will be map number 2. Innovation versus Dark continues on.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 카이지 게이밍 이노베이션 이신영. 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 다크 박영우.
You know, the one thing I need to mention is why was he so unprepared for the Banshees when he saw a single Banshee attacking his Roach Ravager? And the only thing that comes to mind other than just a complete brain fart where he just didn't make a spore, the only other thing that comes to mind would be, you know, a lot of times when people are rushing up into battlecruiser tech, if Roach Ravager comes, they make a Banshee first to hold on against that. So maybe he thought it was a single defensive Banshee into battlecruiser, which is a pretty popular way to play.
Oh, I think you might have a good read on that.
That's the only thing I can think of, because other than that, it's like, dude, you literally, a Banshee killed your Ravagers.
Well, it's like a decision tree that you have to be following correctly, right? It does seem like the starport tech is really significant. You know, for what kind of choices are you going to make? What are you going to get with that? Because you're giving up something else with that. In this case, yeah, it does seem like he thought an air attack would come later with that battlecruiser, and instead the Banshees flew through. There are no spores, and that really cost Dark the game. I would be curious to see what kind of game we would have had the Banshees just been swatted away with proper defense and detection, because Dark looked really scary.
Well, it's just the fact that he was holding on so well, having lost 20 drones. 20 drones at that time, it's a massive amount. It's so much damage. Yeah, I actually want to see what Dark's late game will look like right now, because he's got a pretty big range of late games that he'll play. He does a lot of ultra-based stuff, always has. I want to see if he's into the lurkers. We've been seeing that pop up quite a bit lately.
Yeah, that's become more and more common.
That's kind of like, yeah, I feel like there's several possible end games. Me personally, I'm a really big fan of the way that DRG plays the end game, the kind of really powerful moves. But you know, we've seen a lot of these other players like Solar and whatnot go into these really cool lurker-based armies.
Yeah.
But I want to see what Dark's take is on that.
Yeah, this is, out of all the games we could have two players macroing and building up into something pretty dramatic, this is the two players I'm most excited to see what we're going to get here. I'm also wondering if Innovation's going to end up getting any punches off at the start of the game like we had last time. The Innovation, again, he seems to be entering into a form of Terran where he's got everything down to a T. Kind of like we saw Dark at the end of 2019, you know?
Okay.
He seemed to basically know everything perfectly. He had all the answers. He had everything sanded down, chiseled down to a fine point, and he just knew it. He just knew. He just knew what to do. He knew every step of the way. And Innovation appears to be getting there, especially in some of the not GSL matches. You know, just he's becoming a better and better player. And this is really the ultimate test for him here. He won one game against Dark. Can he do it a second time and actually pull through?
Yeah, well, it's nice to see Innovation get back to that because it definitely felt like that was the case for a long time, you know, where he just kind of knew what to do at all points and his macro was better than everyone's, so there you go. But he seems like renewed lately. I think it probably has to do with the fact that there was a couple of pro Terran patches, so that probably like helps him a little bit, even mentally. You know, I think that that's an important thing to mention when a lot of these patches occur. You know, a lot of times what happens in the patch is a big difference, but it gives a mental edge as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We see right now Innovation getting to push out here to the top. It looks like he's going to park a tank off of Creep and try to fish out some of the Zerg units. Stim's going to finish as this comes in here.
I want to look at this push.
Yeah.
I want to call this push the half bunny.
The one-eared bunny. Yeah, this is cute. It's not a lot, but if it's used correctly, this can really give you a lot of value. Now, the second medevac, because I know normally we see two medevacs out on the map at the same time roaming. That's what Innovation normally does. Instead, the other medevac's headed to the bottom.
Oh, his sling's actually glitched out there for a moment, so it doesn't get nearly as good an engagement as he was looking for, but still is able to clean this up.
Yeah, he's going to end up killing everything off. Now, here comes the second drop. Now, so far, it seems to me that Innovation was basically hemorrhaging units, and even this drop seems like it should have gotten there while the Lings were attacking that tank. It seems like everything's a little bit hiccuped.
Yeah, I feel like from what we saw, this one was the one that was supposed to actually do damage. You know, if you hit this just as he's surrounding everything, you're going to do a lot more. And if if you like unload it and it's not attacking Overlord right away, you know, maybe he doesn't see it at that moment because he's attacking into your little tank push.
Yeah. So much of StarCraft 2, because of how fast the game moves, is about having your opponent's screen in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
You know, and that, I think that was a moment that was intended to be like that there, where you're, you know, that the Zerg has to be very manual about how to get rid of the tanks on the low ground and have the Queens firing at the medevacs and pushing away the Marines, that maybe a medevac in the main would slip in undetected, kill off a lot of drones, pick up, leave, and that's where you've gotten ahead. In this case, Dark is basically denied both. Now will come the first push, but keep in mind, Baneling speed is done. 1-1 is still a ways off, but there's 9 more Banes being made. I don't think this push is going to work. In fact, I almost think Innovation should probably pull away. Oh my God. Ooh. Here we go. An attack on the workers, and actually I thought he'd get a little bit more, but 6 is definitely enough. Yeah, that's enough. And now a counterattack with the Lings.
I love it. I love it. And great moves from Dark.
If I've got a correct read on this, I also think that Dark probably has enough to hold this off. Now attacking the CC. Innovation's not picked up. He picks up the last second.
Yeah, I don't think that this is going to end up killing the hatchery. And that's what he needs, right? He's trying to attack this 4th base.
Like more Queens than Marines, Zartosis.
Almost.
Oh my God, and it's around from behind. Dark is just eating this army. What? All right. Well, he almost ate that army. But look, I mean, he smashed that. Beautifully done. And the wind has really been taken out of the sails here for Innovation. I mean, it's hard to keep pushing, but he will proceed onward.
Well, he's got a lot of lung capacity, Tasteless. He's bringing his siege tanks down, and we're going to see if he can actually push through here. There are a lot of Queens, but with 2 more tanks and more 1-1 Marines.
Yeah, now 1-1 just finishes here for the Zerg. So this is
deal.
an ideal time if the Zerg needed to be attacked. with those upgrades finishing, that certainly helps. Really nice spread here. The Marines in the back, just enough in the front. It looks like Innovation actually will hammer down this hatch. Dark says he cannot engage that.
Yeah, he purposefully gave that up.
Yeah, he sacked
that
it.
was a decision. He had a flanking group of Lings that actually caught a few units here and there.
Now,
it looks like he actually killed more SCVs in this time. Look at that, 10 more SCVs died somewhere.
Now, one thing to note is that the counterattacks have kept the worker count very low. Innovation's at 48 workers to the 78 of Dark. And this army, as scary as it is as a push, is also marooned in the middle of the map. It's not easy to pick this up with the tanks in siege mode, which means they may end up being sacked just like that hatchery was when Dark decides to try to close in on this. You can see there's a small group of units trying to come and reinforce within Innovation's main army here, and it looks like part of that just to the north of the screenshot will. Innovation masterfully maneuvering through the map here. A Ling counterattack to interrupt any more reinforcements.
Oh man, a lot of Lings and Banes actually do end up connecting there, but there is this third siege tank, and Innovation still has a bulk of his army. In the meantime, Dark rolling in with more Banelings into the main base, killing even more SCVs.
Innovation has almost no economy here, but maybe enough of a push to lay the killing blows down here on Dark.
Oh, this is a problem right now for Dark. Look at this, just everything being plowed through, and Innovation's gonna have 2-2 done soon.
Oh, that's it,
Dark had some beautiful counterattacks, but it just hasn't been enough.
Innovation with no economy, but Dark with no defense. The push continues to come through. A lot of Banelings are being camped up here in the north. Right now, it's gonna be up to Dark to try to assemble an army, come in here and close this out, and then outlast Innovation in this game. But if he does not do that right here, right now, this game will go to Innovation.
All right, we have the Banelings rolling in on top of the siege tanks. They actually end up connecting a lot with those tanks as they get picked off. The queen count going down lower and lower. Almost nothing left over as more Marines rally in.
There's a few more Banes coming in. Good targeting by Innovation. Another pickup. He backs off. It's 30 SCVs to 75 drones. Innovation has to get the killing blow off right here, right now. He doesn't even have, an SCV on every single mineral in his natural. That's how low it is.
Yeah, no, it's very, very low at the moment. But let's not forget, he's up 2 upgrades. He's still got a huge medevac count, and the creep spread is not so strong anymore.
One tank in this, a light foothold will be set up outside the creep. Another small counterattack. The Banes are going to come forward here. Marines are being, oh my God, that was the perfect split. That actually, he might have just maneuvered that to a moment where he can try to break this hatchery down here. Hatchery getting lower, lower. Is he going to get targeted down? Innovation splitting is just too good. His control is just too good. He's going to end up taking out the natural hatchery. GG. What a game. Oh my God.
Yeah, Innovation looking pretty darn
strong.
Dude.
That was crazy.
Instead of killing 20 drones, he lost 20 of his own faceless and still was able to take it down.
That was an insane game there. Dark, look, if he had held off that attack, there was one moment specifically where the Banes just were split against perfectly enough by the Marines. That was where he was able to lay it out.
I tell you what, though, I think that the root of this game goes back even a little bit further. The 4th base is generally the critical moment, and instead of trying to crush the attack on his 4th, he counterattacked. Was that a mistake?
We're going to a break. When we come back, Bunny versus Party. Don't go away.
You ready to take off? I can't wait for you now that I feel it. I gotta dance to the beat that I'm hearing. You want me to be still, watch the ceiling. You can't stop me, you're ready to take off. I can't wait for you now that I feel it. I gotta dance to the beat that I'm hearing. You want me to be still, watch the ceiling. You can't stop me. You can't stop like that, I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe in me, don't you be like that, I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게 새로움을 마시다.
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치. 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
거기 들어와. 그 밑에 걔 잡고. 나이스. 자, 씨. 됐어.
미안해 로우나. 화났어?
미안해. 내가 해줄게.
아 잠깐 내가 누르면 안 돼. 아 누르면 안 돼 지금. 자 교표는 무슨 소리야?
좋은 시간 되세요.
너무 많이 마셨다.
청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게 새로움을 마시다.
라운드 오브 16. 이노베이션. 다크. 버니. 파티. 아프리카 TV 프리급 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 2 코드 S The Coming Storm.
Welcome back, everybody. Bunny versus Parting is up next. Look, Bunny is the underdog of this group. He's been playing better than ever, though, in the round of 24, like we mentioned earlier. Parting, another former world champion from, it was 2012, right? 2013?
Yep,
2012, right? Parting is really like the Joker of StarCraft 2, like the Batman villain Joker.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
You know? He's an agent of chaos.
He certainly is.
And look, I think he's also capable of doing lots of cheese, but then also doing completely standard, smart, tactical, strategic play.
Good macro plays, yeah. He'll use the same build a whole bunch of times. He'll use really off stuff. He takes stuff from everywhere too. Like he's not afraid to use the max packs. We've seen him use it in the GSL, what, 3 times, 4 times, something like that, the max packs build?
Yeah.
Like, this guy will do anything if he thinks it'll win. And, I mean, he's such a personality as well. He's just like, he's a force man in so many ways.
He is a huge streamer as well. I know he's got a lot of the people that watch his stream watching this right now, rooting for him. This is going to be a tough group for him, though. I think Bunny is a good match to go against Parting. I do think Parting's supposed to win. But I think the bigger question right now is, can Parting actually get out of this group? And for Bunny, this is really the ultimate test, I think, of his career so far. He's here in Group B. This is a very tough group. I think he's outmatched by every player, but he planned well and played well in the round of 24. Let's see how he does here now in the round of 16. Eternal Empire is our map. This is Game 1, Bunny versus Parting.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 카이지 게이밍 버니 이재선. 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 파티 원이삭.
Right. Oh, a little
I
bit
like
of a
this.
forward racks right there, and a racks at home as well.
And then the third rack's out here.
That is fascinating.
This sequence
isn't it?
is actually very
Yeah.
weird. I'm
well, as parting here, you're already kind of on to something going on, right? Because he's got that second SCV making the depot, and you don't actually need that depot at that time. So that is like, hey, I'm hiding something, or maybe not.
Yeah. So there's... Okay, so here's what I think we're getting thematically here with this build is this is not... It's not the most efficient way to do this, but it's definitely the most confusing.
Yes.
The moment the Marines come is going to be the most unusual moment to be attacked.
Well, yeah.
You know, when you scout things, you're factoring out other possibilities, other threats.
And you can see where he's scouting right now that he kind of knows, okay, something is up. What is it? What's going on?
He's expecting proxy factory, you know what I'm saying? Barracks, something like that.
I believe that
and
you are
this
correct.
is not that at all.
Oh, my gosh. That is a whole huge line of boys.
There is a conga line of SCVs coming down here. And I think this might just kill parting.
There's a really decent chance, I would say. Okay, he's going to actually scout this Marine coming. Just barely. Okay, that's going to give him a little bit more time.
Yep. But now he's going to see the SCV Centipede is
Okay, he
inbound.
knows what's up. Oh, God. I don't know, man. I mean, he's got the overcharge.
I mean, I don't know if the Sentry's going to help at all.
Yeah, he has to throw down a force field.
Oh, my God. What an insane rush here by Bunny here. This is so crazy. Now, the Marines are going to try to get up the ramp, and I think this is fatal right now.
Yeah. If he had a battery, like, maybe. But he just doesn't, of course.
No.
Man, how could you?
It's because of how weird the setup for this rush is. You just never expect this coming because it's not done in the most efficient fashion.
Now, hold on, though. Like, can he micro his way out of this? Parting has some of the best micro in the world. He's killed off the SCVs.
Well,
that's a lot of Marines, though.
I think that literally the main isn't big enough for these Stalkers to get anywhere where they can keep kiting. I think they're going to get to the corner.
If we were on an infinite asteroids map, then maybe.
If this map was a sphere and they could just keep running forever.
Yeah.
GG. Damn, parting.
Yeah, the pain there in parting's face.
What's that feeling, parting? Is that what everybody else feels like when they play you?
Oh,
that
my.
heat in your face right now?
No, that was a crazy all-in right there. Well chosen. Parting did not react perfectly to it. He scouted it quickly enough that I think he could have reacted slightly differently. Like, he was down the ramp and then let a certain number of SCVs up, but the SCVs surrounded the sentry. I mean, it's a small thing, but if you don't play like a perfect game from the time something like that's coming, you don't really have too much chance.
Deathra. It's Deathra. Shut up. It's Deathra.
Let's see if Parting can make something happen here.
Parting needs to be Livera.
Or he's gonna go fight Darkera next.
That's right. Game 2, let's go!
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까?
What is up with our monitor today? Yeah, it is coming off and on.
카이지 게이밍 버니 이재선.
Yeah. Just said yeah. I just said yeah. I just said yes
Case
to
is just talking to production
Yeah.
on the microphone.
They're like, is
It's
it off?
wonderful.
I'm like, yeah.
This is professionalism, folks.
This is called breaking the fourth
드래곤
wall.
피닉스 게이밍 파티 원이상.
So, I don't think Bunny's going to do anything like that in the first game. But look, Bunny has basically pulled the rug out from under Parting.
Yeah.
He's stolen a win. Whatever planning Parting had here, it's not going to work. By the way, that's especially frustrating in a tournament match where you spent maybe even weeks on one map, perfecting one way of playing the game and trying to get all the branches down, and you get cheesed out.
And that specifically is the big macro map, too. So
Yeah.
it's like you expect that the least there. Okay, so Parting's doing a one-base build. He's done screwing around with these Nexus openers.
He's going to alpha dog this game.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what this is going to be, right? He built a pylon in the center with his first probe. I think it's going to be Stargate, right? He sent a second probe out to actually build whatever it is he's going to build there.
Now Bunny is going for a quick expand. Oh, what do you think about the gas deal? That's pretty cute.
Yeah, let me think about that for a moment.
Yeah, there's. Now,
That's
one of the
interesting,
things
isn't it?
about.
Oh, it's going to be a
Parting-
robo?
I think so. If it's on the other side, yeah.
Yeah.
So, one thing about Parting, and one of the reasons why his cheeses work so well, is he's able to cheese while throwing out red herrings.
Yeah.
He's able to, you know, most of these cheeses and these rushes are so mathed out. Oh my God, the SUV's not going to see it. They're mapped out so perfectly that you know exactly how to do all the damage and skirt ahead as much as possible. Parting will actually take some risks in there and make it a little bit more confusing, and then they might even have the wrong response to the cheese.
Well, you know what, this assimilator, I'm not sure if it was 100% of his plan, but it kept the Reaper in there. So there's no scouting going on. As far as he knows, Parting has a Nexus.
Yeah, there should be an Immortal made next year. Maybe
There's
a War
nothing
Prism?
further from a Nexus than an Immortal.
Yeah.
You know?
The War Prism first.
Oh.
I thought it would be an Immortal, but I thought maybe because Parting's crazy. Now, gosh, I really thought it was going to be an Immortal first.
Yeah.
I thought Immortal, then War Prism.
Well,
but
you can go, I guess you can go Prism then Immortal, right? Do some harassment. You can get your harassment started a little bit more quickly, I guess, with the Prism.
Sure.
Upgrade complete.
No scouting here by Bunny.
Yeah, none.
Parting's going to come in here now. And we have the Immortal almost halfway done. Now, two Stalkers isn't like, it's not that scary. You can see they can two-shot SCVs here.
Just going to damage all the gas SCVs to start.
Put them all in the orange and leave. Okay, am I correct that there's nothing here?
Yeah, nothing there yet. He's going to warp in that Stalker, and the shield battery's finishing up.
Good hold. The Immortal is going to be making its walk across the map, and the Immortal really is where the damage starts to spike. Immortals, you know, they were designed to be counters to things like tank and mech, but really they kind of beat everything.
Now look at this. He's going to try to target down that siege tank. Great micro from Bunny. Pulls the tank back.
But
puts some
Parting as
pressure
well.
on that Prism.
Parting doing an excellent job with his control. Only one Immortal was made, by the way. An Observer was made post-Immortal. What a unique opening we have here from Parting. This is really interesting.
Well, he's actually getting right up into his actual economy, too.
Yeah,
so
it's not as cheesy as we thought it was going to be. The Viking was a smart decision here by Bunny. This is going to limit how much of a threat the War Prism can be. Now, with the with not a big army presence on the map, the Robo fairly close to the Terran starting location. I do wonder if that's going to be pushed and killed. I mean, the Robo is maybe the most important building in mid-game for Protoss, so I just wonder, you know, when this is shut down, does Party want to go straight into mass gateway units or what?
Yeah, well, he is getting charged, so I could see that being the case.
You know, I think, you know, from a Terran perspective, you might think, okay, I can take out the Robo. He won't have a lot of those beefy Robo units that give you a lot of options, but I almost think that Parting might be trying to go into, you know, the robo threat, controlling Terran, keeping Terran on the defense, and then flipping the game all the way into like you know, mass speed lots coming in here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, right? We don't see any Forge or anything yet, just Immortals and Charge being made. So this definitely feels like it's just going to be like another part of the punch.
Yeah, I think so.
This does not look like it's a healthy transition into like 3 bases and splash damage and, you know, 2 armor upgrades.
Yeah. We don't have any forges, right?
No.
None. Yeah, so this is probably intended to smother the Terran. This is not. And by the way, this is a way to play the game. You know, it's people, when they're learning the game, it's advised to not try to practice this kind of stuff because you're going to learn the game incorrectly, but it's a very tempo-oriented approach to the game.
Yeah, looks like he's going to get an Archon ready as well. I mean, that's a pretty darn scary army. I know he has a single sentry made at home as well. Would love to see that join up. Yeah, there it is. So there's your Guardian Shield. Let's get all the pieces to his push ready.
Oh. Okay, he sees it. All right, it's showtime. He's moving in. A great wall in over here at the entrance.
Oh, and look at this Prism come in with the double Immortals here.
Oh my God, targeting the tank.
Oh.
Beautifully done. Rotates over to the other tank. Tank goes down. 1 Immortal's out. War Prism out of range. Immortal goes down.
What a deadly build. Look at this. So many SCVs coming down and getting picked off. But the Vikings still going after the Prism. It looks like he's going to get it. Good micro there from Bunny. And in fact, he is going to push back this attack.
31 workers have been killed, but the remaining Robotech is going to be out of this game. If Terran wants to, he can go up and poke out the Robo, but Bunny... Oh no, actually I think he is going to do. He's going to kill this and maybe move out.
Well, he lost a lot of workers, but there can't be any question in his mind that his army is vastly superior to whatever the hell just warped in at Parting Space.
Yeah, you could even see Robo units rallied back home.
Yeah, Parting right now is eating his own lips. He is.
Parting is a lip eater when he plays.
Well, when things go wrong, sometimes you just got to suck those lips in.
When Parting's playing,
you're trying to close all your orifices because you know Bunny's coming for you.
You know when Kermit the Frog is kind of miffed? That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. With
a little
his mouth
bit.
In, yeah. That's Parting a little bit.
It
when
is.
He's playing.
Yeah. It's a puppeteer inside of Parting has made a fist.
It's like a puppeteer is trying to scratch his fingertips.
Yes. Oh God. Okay. Well, kind of a funny place to bring his medevacs, but okay, I think just about anything works here.
Yeah.
Does use that overcharge with the Zods. Oh my God, they are just.
Oh wow.
They're in a line.
Parting barely holds that off. You got to wonder, you know, this is a slugfest of a game. I mean, both sides are taking damage pretty heavily here. I agree with the idea of Bunny counterattacking, but now that that attack is finished, I'm wondering if maybe both him and I were wrong. Didn't seem like he did that much damage.
Well, it was a weird place to actually attack, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you would attack right there. I feel like you'd have more options if you hit the front. You can always do things like pick up and zoom into the main base once the charge is used or something like that.
When you drop into the main against the Protoss, if they have a warp in round, they will warp in and surround your army.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, even in a spot like that where the angle's pretty good. Okay, he's trying to fake him out.
It's a big army, though. He's got to get out of here. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, the other medevac's going to zoop out of here. No third base as of yet, and the SCV count has climbed back up to a more reasonable number. Thing is, for Parting, it's like, okay, yeah, he's getting into Size Storm. He's now going to set up his third base as well. But we still don't have a Forge. You have to look at what he's really missing for playing like this, right? And if your opponent doesn't have upgrades, you can kind of grind them down over time.
Yeah. Well, really, if you go into late game, there is no such thing as winning without upgrades. Or if you won, if something went wrong here. So Parting is now going to have to take this tempo-based play that is, it's basically run out of steam here. And he's going to have to start throwing down forges and start playing catch-up here. That being said, Bunny's not, you know, vastly ahead here. Yeah, and I think things are going to calm down a little bit. We're going to get into a more normal game.
Yeah.
Parting's going to look for an opening to try to harass. The worker count is almost evened out, but
this
Parting
could be really good.
Yeah. Oh my God!
11 SCVs end up falling.
Great play with the storm drop here. Looks like it should be intercepted.
Do you have to go counter immediately when something like this happens? Your opponent uses up a huge amount of storms.
You might be right, but it almost feels like that won't work either. If you try to counterattack, there will be maybe 1 or 2 storms ready for you.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, when you get storm dropped, StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2, you're kind of boned, you know?
It's just always good, basically.
Yeah, a storm drop is, you know, let's say even counterattacks, it doesn't get that. You can turn those into Archons and then keep harassing, and it's like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Well, Bunny's still building up a very nice force. Army supply is pretty even at the moment. Bunny's up a couple of upgrades, but Parting has started his +1 armor. Looks like EMP going to be on the way here shortly.
A scan at 12 o'clock. Right now, Bunny's trying to figure out how far ahead economically Parting is trying to get. Parting, by the way, and Bunny are both playing very conservatively, which I think is the smart move. I think, let's say Parting did take 12 o'clock. I think Bunny pushes and kills him, but Parting's staying back. He's being smart. When you get into funny games like this, I think the storm drops as an example are a perfect move.
Yes.
Half their workers are in one of those 2 spots. It's like,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're going to be sitting in a defensive posture anyways,
yeah.
I mean, that's really, really nice. Just hurt their economy a bit. It doesn't actually cost you anything. He gets out with everything, especially because it's not like your opponent has a bunch of Vikings. You can always just recall the Prism out.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw. All right, enhanced shockwaves on the way. Colossus tech here as well for Parting.
Does the animation become easier to clear, easier to see when the observer goes through the quiculas or whatever?
That's a good question.
Yeah, there's like a little, you can see sort of the blur. Just wonder if that becomes more easy to spot. Okay, Liberator coming in here. This is not the place you want to warp a Stalker in. That's an unfortunate move by Party.
Yeah, a little bit annoying there.
Okay, this is a lot of Widow Mines.
Yeah.
Wow.
And an EMP comes down.
Yeah.
Pure punishment in that area. Do not enter. And nobody leaves here alive. Both the sides.
Yeah, yeah. This has been a fun game so far.
Yeah, this is a really interesting one. I mean, that initial push from Parting killed so many SCVs, and then Bunny's counter wasn't all that great, but he's kind of got that long-term stuff going on for him.
So Bunny does have a third base up here. Oh my God, he barely missed that. Man, if he had spotted that, that would be huge. There's an observer with Parting's army, right?
I don't know.
I think there's one coming up. I want to know if he can spot the Widow Mines and shoot them down.
Another nice harassment here with the Liberator. Oh, not sure if that was
no. Oh my God, these guys are so close to, so close to each other.
Disruptor's actually going to be the order of the day here for Parting. Kind of interesting to see.
I think it's a smart move. There's not that many tanks for Terran.
Do you like the Disruptors over possibly going Colossus here?
I do in this case because there's no tanks.
Oh, okay.
So you just stay back. Then you're the player with the tanks, right? So I think it's smart.
Okay.
I think the Colossus can be good. I mean, obviously you can just kind of push through areas, but if they have a bunch of Widow Mines, I think the Disruptor makes a little bit more sense.
Okay. Yeah. More of a Colossus guy. I like the steady damage output that it gives, the zoning of ghosts that you get a little bit more, but Disruptor definitely has that power.
But it seems like if your micro is really good, oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
it seems like if your control's really good, I guess a Disruptor does more damage, and Parting has some of the best control there is. So.
Sure.
Oh, great. Little
Right,
Zealot counterattack here. Hold up.
Well, those are some big EMPs right there. He does throw out the disruption wall, but doesn't quite connect that well.
Oh my
great
God. Storms here.
Yeah, amazing storm. Yeah, and after that storm, he definitely can push through this Terran army.
There's another Templar waiting to storm here. Looks like units are just out of range.
Bunny going to get out of here now. Did lose 10 SCVs that little Zealot counterattack as well. Good EMP,
Oh, my
but
eyes.
his army's way too small. He has to get out of here.
Yeah.
Finally, we're seeing a fight in here.
Yes. It's funny, you can see that Protoss can really advance on the army even better.
Yeah.
I think Parting might be able to end the game in a little bit.
Maybe. Going up the hill, it is going to be a little bit harder for Parting there. He does have an Observer to spot, though. Nice little arc made by Bunny.
Also, big picture here, Parting is going up to 5 bases. Terran's still on 3. In fact, Parting's now maxed out. So I wouldn't be surprised if Parting tries to attack in. There's a chance Terran holds it.
It looks pretty darn scary, though.
Yeah.
There are even upgrades now as well, which is one of the things that Bunny had going for him for a bit. That's gone.
Okay, this is definitely the point you want to hit here.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be able to chop through this army. Bunny moving back with that concave. Liberator's coming up and sitting up, but maybe a little bit too far forward with that second one.
Yeah, I think just the sheer number of units that Protoss has here. You can see Bunny stutter step micro in as best he can, but like, there's just not enough.
Yeah, and he's added in some more high-tech units. I feel like Liberators would have been very, very good here. When your opponent's on a more gateway-centric army, I think that Liberators are the way to go.
But, I mean, I just don't think, I think it's, he's not going to be able to catch up. By the way, Terran also has to take this base. This is like forcing this game to the climax. You know, Terran's desperate to get more income.
All right, well, here comes the big engagement, and actually dodges that reasonably well. Runs away from the other one, gets a Marauder and a Ghost go down, but that's it. And Parting ties it up.
He's aiming it out. Is he eating his lips?
Yeah.
Not yet.
That looked, it looked rough for a little bit.
Yeah. We're tied up 1-1. Bunny with a really smart opening in game 1. Parting and Bunny actually had a great close game in game 2. Really dynamic series thus far.
Yeah, yeah. It was actually pretty back and forth, too, there for a bit.
I don't know who takes this. Bunny, I think, could have won that game, too.
Yes, I think he could have.
I think the drop in the main was still a head-scratcher for me.
I do question that. And the thing is, the Zealots got a little bit stuck, but, you know, he had that overcharge battery and everything.
Yeah.
I think that wasn't the right place for Bunny to hit.
Game 3 will be on Everdream. Remember that the winner goes on to face off against Innovation and the loser against Dark. So it's going to be hard either way. This is definitely a match where you want to get to the winners, get a chance to maybe get out. Game 3's ready. Let's see who wins. Bunny versus Parting, the final game.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 카이지 게이밍 버니 이재선. 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 파티 원이삭.
Is he setting his own thing down here or looking for something? I think he's looking.
I think he's setting.
Oh, yeah?
Parting's a farmer. He sends his probe out early on the map.
Yeah?
Yeah.
To farm ladder points?
The cheese harvest.
Yeah. Look at this. Again, a proxy with an early depot.
But there's no second SCV on the map, right? And
No.
this is definitely far away enough. It doesn't seem like it'd be a good rush spot.
This is different this time. He's got the gas, only the one proxy barracks.
It does seem like it's an opener from Bunny that pairs well with game 1.
Yes.
Where, you know, you have similarities as far as, you know, from the Protoss' perspective, it can look similar.
Well, it looks exactly the same right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, that could be confusing, right? And so maybe Parting over defends. Oh, he's got to scout it, though.
This is the second probe on the map, so you can see that he is really taking this super seriously. That's crazy to see 2 probes on the map. You never see something like this. He's going to come down. He is going to scout what's going on here. Sees a factory, sees a barracks.
Canceled.
Wow.
Insta-canceled into Reaper.
And a giant advantage goes to Parting.
Yeah.
A giant advantage.
Yeah, the build order has been shattered, and now he's going to have to try to map out some type of path, probably mostly off intuition here, and see what he can't do. I'm talking about Bunny here. Parting, probably breathing a sigh of relief, knows all he has to do is defend, deflect, and get further ahead in this game, and he'll be going to the winners.
Yeah, it is so tough from here. Trying to think what Bunny's plan actually is. Look at this. Oh my God, full information. You couldn't have more information as Parting.
It's too much information.
Too much information.
We're talking like a couple of 14-year-old girls here, like, too much information.
TMI.
TMI.
This is gonna even hunt down some of these units.
Oh. Look at how sad this is. He actually pushed him forward with the mine.
It's funny because if he had shot a volley, he would have gotten pushed backwards. Instead, he walked forward, so he got pushed forward.
Yeah.
Just like both of them really know what's going on here.
Yeah. Look at this. The human race died when the spider people came. Their lasers were too strong. Their guns were no use.
The spider people?
The spider people
with
came
their laser guns?
Yeah. We never knew what they wanted.
The stalkers
or why
are
they were so
people.
violent.
There was always the question, did we, the humans, create these ourselves?
Where did the spider people come from? What did they want?
Oh my God.
All right, we got the trailer for our new science fiction movie coming.
The spider people, it's just stalkers. Oh, I love it. Look at this, 4 pylons being made. That's how you can tell. I don't even need to look. I know there's a supply block when I see 4 pylons being made.
No, that's the part of the game he makes 4 pylons.
Yeah.
It's,
no, this isn't a Zerg player, man. There's not a part like that.
And make 4 pylons.
Yeah.
That's the guy that dies in our trailer. Spider people.
It's like, what? Is that a giant spider? Ah!
I'm sure right now there's a kid on Twitter trying to explain to us that spiders have 8 legs and not 4, and it's not funny.
He thinks he's a spider scientist.
Sorry, guys, I call them spider. I'm not going to call them horse people, okay? It's not as scary.
Those are called centaurs. Like, we already have those.
Yeah.
They're definitely spider people. Look at the way they walk.
Yeah.
They walk like arrogant spiders is what they walk like.
Yes.
Like, we don't even need webs.
Yes. They're spiders that could have been dancers.
Yeah. Okay. They have dancer spider legs.
Yes. Uh-oh. Oh my God. Humanity comes back.
Pain and punishment.
Yeah.
He wanted that cyclone so badly.
No arachnophobia here.
These spiders have people phobia now.
Yeah, that's right. They see one person on the ground, they just start shrieking.
They have xenophobia.
Yeah.
They stay in their house. They go to spideramazon.com to get all their grocery stations.
Right. Yeah.
And not because of Corona.
All right.
Now, Colossus Tech on the way. Third Nexus coming up. Forge. Parting getting ready to go into a very regular game from here.
Oh, got the observer. I actually did not see that observer there with the scan. I was like, what is that firing at? It was right in the iris of the scan. So this is, granted, the game started out a little bit bumpy. We've seen Parting do a style like this before, where it's Stalkers with a blink into Colossus, but Bunny's going to push. Now, we actually saw Parting hemorrhage a decent number of Stalkers here. Oh, this is one of these moments that's going to pass each other. Oh my God!
This could
this
get
is
a little
bad
base
for Protoss.
shady. Well, I mean, he might do a lot of counter damage, and don't forget, like, you can lose your third and recall back, and you're never going to lose your natural, right?
Yeah, but
as long as you don't waste army at your third.
Right, but I think that Bunny can end up sniping the Colossus and getting a lot of kills on
if he
units.
gets the Colossi, then that can be okay.
That's a Spider King right there. King and queen.
Yeah.
Look at this. I love the bunker wall.
Yeah.
Make you work for it.
Spiders hate bunkers.
They hate them. Okay, a blink in. Oh, extra volley gets off on the, hold on. Really good control here, but again, the Nexus is just eating damage. I think it's one shot away from being killed here. Yep.
It was 2 actually when you started that sentence.
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah.
I knew.
Don't you try to act like, yep, I got it.
I knew it. I was trying to be like, I knew this exactly, guys. Now, can Protoss counterattack? Wait, what? Okay.
Caught in the web.
Thought that was a tank parking lot. It was not.
All right, kind of a big drop here into the main base of Parting. Oof. A lot of damage being dealt.
Oh! Just crash into the mountain.
Double Nexus from Parting. Kind of like the idea of it.
We can't get through this mountain, Captain.
Keep looking. We'll find a way.
Trapped between a rock and Spider Kingdom.
Oh my god. They should let us make StarCraft 3, man. We
Oh,
take
yeah.
out Protoss because we know everyone hates them. And we add in the spider people, and it's just spider skins on all the Protoss units.
It's Terran Zerg spiders.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Good defense here from Parting. You know, these units are not going to get a lot of value. They're basically stuck in the upper right.
Yeah.
And there's another drop coming in here. Oh, good catch.
Look at that.
Easy 20/20 vision. So
Well, he's got... Wait, no. Spiders have 8 eyes, not humans. I sometimes get spider facts and human facts mixed up. Sorry. I like turned to you to say that, and I was like, wait a minute. Is Tasteless a spider or a human? And I thought, I was like, oh, he's a human.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, humans only have 2 eyes.
You look
Never
at my
mind.
arms and legs, you're like, he's a spider. The fact that my body is basically like gangly arms and legs connected to a medicine ball.
And you shoot web?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Terran gets a third up. Protoss gets the fourth. Expansion-wise, this actually is how even a pretty standard PvT looks as far as acquisition of resources. But a lot of this game has been pretty crazy and far from a normal game.
Yeah, this whole series has been really weird, which I like. I don't want it just be the same old predictable stuff, but kind of some cool choices, like the fact that Bunny busted that base down, and then Parting is like, okay, double Nexus, that's fine, that's fine. I lost that, but he didn't like lose his claw side defending or anything. Now Bunny, of course, on 3 bases, has a good spread of siege tanks, a good defensive formation, but he definitely can't attack right now. There's just no way anything he could do would do anything.
No, I think Bunny has to wait until he has enough ghosts out here. So you can see on the production tab, Storm is going to finish. We just now have Disruptor started. And, yeah, I mean, this is just going to be it's going to be a little bit of a waiting game for Terran. I worry for Bunny here because Parting, you can see the Dark Shrine now starting. He's getting all the tools necessary to make this not unwinnable for Terran, but really, really difficult.
Yeah, he's finishing out his spider tool bet, as to say,
That's right, yeah. The web is almost finished being woven.
Yes, exactly. All right, it's a lot of siege tanks. It's always interesting to see Terrans try these types of styles, like the later game having a bunch of tanks mixed in.
There's a chance if Bunny just keeps killing off observers, he can get his army if he sneaks up in there into a good spot. But
that's kind of a small army from Parting. Definitely not big enough to fight what we have here. He's going to have to bring the rest of his units down. All right, Disruptor coming down as well. Charges forward. Oh. Gonna back up.
Oh, wow, good dodge in the Disruptor. Oh, I forgot that these units were still stuck up here.
Yeah.
Probably might as well use them for something. I mean, you need to supply for something else.
I think that's a really reasonable place and way to use them.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Bunny can do here. Trying to move forward once again. Oh my god, the tank siege really late and really far up there. Another group of Zealots get warped in and start to fight. Parting pulls back as the Zealots die, so well timed on that.
Okay, some Templars are going to edge in. Good storms. I think there might be enough splash damage that there's no way for Terran to hold this position at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think Parting might have a setup here to counter push into the third. Especially when you see, I always call this backwards pushing when I see this, when one tank shows up to a losing fight in sieges and then dies. Party takes it, GG. This means we've got a killer match. Oh, look at Party smiling at Bunny.
Yeah. Well, wonderful pig. This was an interesting series, no doubt. What do you think about Bunny's play overall?
Looked really good. Looked better than before.
Yeah, he looked good, but he didn't look good enough to me to get out of the group.
Game 2, I think, was the moment that we see why he probably won't get out. I'm happy to see him advance if he does, but I don't think he's going to be Dark. I don't.
Yeah, well, I don't either.
I mean, Innovation played so well, and Innovation almost didn't beat him, so I don't know. We're going to go to a short break. We come back. The winner's match, Parting versus Innovation. Do not go away.
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치. 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
거기 들어와. 그 밑에 걔 잡고. 나이스. 나이스. 됐어.
아 미안해 로우나. 화났어?
미안해. 내가 해줄게.
아 잠깐 내가 누르면 안 돼. 아 누르면 안 돼 지금. 아 잠깐 켜놓는데 무슨 소리야?
좋은 시간 되세요.
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
너무 많이 마셨다.
청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
여기 열었습니다.
이상한데? 그렇게 작아. 너무 안 보이는데? 보이지가 않잖아. 쓸 수가 없는데? 아니 저 키워보라고.
성능을 17대화면으로 언제 어디서나 더 크게 즐기다. WQXGA 초고화질의 17대화면, 16:10 최적의 화면비. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어.
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다. 라면이요.
자 이게
나왔습니다.
잠깐만 들어주세요. 빨리 나와요 이거.
음료 나왔습니다.
From the beginning.
숙취 이제 탄산으로. 청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
오케이.
고성능을 언제 어디서나 가볍게 즐기다. 지포스 GTX 1650 그래픽 최신 인텔 10세대 프로세서 탑재. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준 LG 울트라 기어.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다. 취했나?
청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
잡아 킬 흐림님 힐 그렇지 나 힐 이전스레끈 온다 잡아 바닥 바로
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
고고 핫식스.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
야, 우리 진짜 한 판만 더 이기면 돼. 야, 그럼 나 화장실 좀 갔다 올게.
야, 어디가?
금방.
자, 이 정도. 20여 명의 학생들이 컴퓨터 게임에 몰입하고 있는 또 다른 PC방. PC방의 전원을 꺼보겠습니다.
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
고고 핫식스.
버텨야 되거든요.
시간 싸움에 공고 하나만 나오면 길 거거든요, 이거는 결국.
나올 때까지 시간 버텨야 됩니다. 여기 파수기 둘이까지 보여고 있어요.
뒤쪽으로 광자포로 이어질 수 있는 라인은 별로 안 좋아 보입니다. 체력도 깨지면 광자포로 더 이상 지어지지 못하고 지금 공을 만들어내는데 여기까지 왔고요. 공 하나도 여기 있고. 역장 아끼고 있어요. 역장 너무 아꼈어요.
자, 추가로 여기서
역장. 하나 뺐었고요. 역장이 의미가 없죠. 역장이 의미가 없죠.
때릴 수 있거든요. 두드릴 수 있습니다. 버티면 되거든요.
아니 그러면 공을 나와도 여왕 둘 있잖아요. 여왕 둘 공을 나와도
시간 더 필요해요. 시간 더 필요합니다.
아 공을 한 기로는 안 되죠. 근데 우승하고 뭐 위치가 좋지 않기 때문에
그렇죠.
공 볼 때 한 3기 정도 모을 수 있는 시간이 없을 것 같습니다. 공안 났어요.
정전. 불 꺼졌어요. 자, 뚫고 들어갑니다. 어윤철. 경기 끝났습니다. 어윤수 선수의 발빠른 대처는요. 기가 막히네요.
파수기 내기. 어윤수 선수.
시간 병력이 힘을 줬거든요.
어윤수 선수 밀어야 돼요. 못 돌아갑니다. 어윤수 가야 돼요.
그렇죠. 여기 털리거든요. 본진 쪽까지.
아래쪽으로 빨리 이사 가야죠.
시간을 수안에서 막아내기만 하면 되는 걸 신영 선수는요.
여기는 파수기 에너지 막을 수 있죠.
네, 역장에 여기 막혀 있습니다. 역장 더 소환하면서
파수기 에너지 많습니다.
그렇죠. 더 버틸 수 있어요. 여기 빨리 깨고 초토하는 병력 수가 못 되게 만들어줘야 돼요.
와 완전 병력이 갈려버렸어요. 어윤수 이러지도 못하고 저러지도 못합니다.
병력 소환되는 걸 보질 못했어요. 오도가도 못하죠.
파수기를 소환해놓고 갔었다는 건 이것 때문에 주성 선수가 현재 이득을 많이 받고 어윤수 돌아가도 본진 날아갔죠. 앞만 날아갔죠. 표정이
그렇죠.
좋지 않아요. 상대방을 못 뛰게 만들고 못 뛰게 만들고 있는데요.
저희는 수업 하나씩 툭 있고요.
이제 무탈 어떡할 거예요?
절반 이상 끝났습니다.
무탈 어떻게 할 거예요? 어떻게 할 거예요? 무탈 여기 아무튼 안 보이죠? 어떻게 할 거예요?
수성 선수의 멋진 승리. 상대방의 자원줄을 끌어내고 손발에 묶고 승리를 기록합니다.
200 모아서 한번 싸우러 가죠.
자,
일단 역장을 잘 쳤고요.
자, 공격을 막아내야 됩니다.
이런 식의 전투 항상 좋습니다. 어윤수.
해주면서 상대 못 먹게 만들어줘야죠.
파수기 싹 잡고.
안쪽 들어갑니다. 위로 들어가면 추가되는 뒤로
어윤수 지금 완전 그냥 신났어요.
애들이 맞고 있어요.
이게 값싼 저글링 내주면서 상대 가스 유닛을 잡아먹는 플레이입니다. 예, 이거는 뚫었어요. 앞전면 해보지만 이거는 사지로 들어온 겁니다.
그렇죠. 음영 파워 플레이도 아직 완료되지 않은 상황이고 불사조도 한 기밖에 남지 않았습니다. 어떻게 됐죠? 뮤탈리스트 어떻게 정리합니까? 뭘로 정리하죠?
예, 여기를 내주게 되면 패배인 걸 알기 때문에 무리를 해서라도 앞전면을 해봤는데 어윤 선수의 공격성.
그렇죠.
무시무시하네요 지금.
한 장만 가져간 이후에 몰아치는 게 최고예요. 최대. 경기 끝났습니다. 이 공격성 어윤 선수가 투게 타이밍으로 이번 경기 승리를 만들어냈습니다. 자, 여기 싸움 잘해야 되거든요. 잡아먹기 준비되겠습니다.
이런 식의 구도는 어윤수가 너무 좋습니다.
야, 쓸어버리네요. 에어쌉니다. 추적자 비율 깨져요. 뮤탈 세상에 오는 거죠.
계속 추적해요.
자, 여기서 집중만.
너 어디가? 여기 니네 집 아니야? 어디가? 여기 니네 집인데 어디까지 가려고 계속 도망가는 거야?
지금 들어가는데 여기 깨집니다. 안 오니.
와,
깨진다.
주성우 이 경기를 이렇게 만들어내나요, 주성우? 주성아, 참 기다렸어. 불사도 계속 컨트롤 해주면 이제 가만히 챙길 수 있죠. 컨트롤. 자, 불사도 돌아와요. 여기서 빨리 추적자 녹여야 되는 겁니다. 저글링까지 달라붙었고요. 집중관 나가요. 불사조 왔어요. 뮤탈리스크 다 죽었죠. 뮤탈리스크 다 죽었어요.
주성욱의 역전샷 끝까지 포기하지 않았습니다.
양방향. 오선행 잡혔어요. 오선행 죽었고 시간의 곡이 중요한 타이밍이었는데요. 잠깐만.
자, 돌아가는 그 타이밍.
발등이 통할 것인가? 발등이 통하느냐? 거시 불사조. 시간의 곡이 진짜 걸치네요.
이 양동작전이 성공하면서 어윤 선수가 다시 한 점을 앞서가기 시작합니다.
어윤 선수 이번 교전을 위해서 얼마나 많이 고민했겠습니까?
위에 만들어진 이후에 갑니다.
이 말은 불사조 어디서
편대가 들어오고 있어요.
갑자기 나왔거든요. 불사조가 따라갑니다. 불사조. 무빙샷 도망갈 수 없어요.
맞을 수밖에 없습니다.
어윤수 이거 기적이 역전승 나오니까 이거 기적이 역전.
불사조는 다 써야 돼요. 폭풍 다 써야 돼요. 울트라 잡아내면은 막아낼 수 있거든요. 확장 울트라를 붙잡아내면 장기전의 태거는 나타나는 걸 오늘 주성욱 선수의 인간에서 증명해내네요.
자, 근데 이런 거 진짜 잘 봤거든요, 주성욱이.
주성욱이 맞기만 하면은 유리하면 이어갈 수 있거든요. 시간 한번 위로 들어오는 역사까지 들어오는 병력을 막아내야 되는데 인구 뛰고 있어요.
거실을 빨리 찍어야 돼요. 거실이 바퀴 때리고 있어요. 거실이 바퀴 때리고 있어요. 이러면
여기서 다시
거실이 바퀴 때리거든요. 거실이 이들아 때리거든요. 거실이 이들아 때리거든요. 거실 없습니다. 역장은 시간을 잡고 시드라가 먼저 녹았는데요. 양쪽 돌아가면서 주성욱이 시드라가 없습니다. 이거는 이대로 경기 마무리 지을 만한 그 정도의 조합.
밀고 들어갑니다. 하나씩 속가지고 있죠. 잡아내고 있어요. 조소합니다. 못 먹게 만들어주면 그 힘은 주성욱 선수의 쏠리거든요. 주성욱 이번 경기에 그 상년의 그 길고 긴 시간에 마침표를 찍어냈습니다. 테이크 롤스터의 주성욱 선수가 우승을 차지합니다.
Land of 60 Innovation Dark Bonnie Party Africa TV Pregame Studio Live 2020 GSL Season 2 Codes The Coming Storm.
No matter the place, no matter the time, we sending the vibes cause your music unites. Keep it aside.
Let these lyrics go on.
And take it a stride cause we here to preside. Manifest the best when we put it to test. We always come back to rest when we open our
dig that beat in the background.
Yeah. Cool. We never normally have lyrics in the intro, so I want to let that play out. Guys, we've got a pretty crazy match. We've got Parting versus Innovation.
Parting versus Innovation.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I really don't know who takes this. I really have no clue.
Yeah.
I know that Innovation looked amazing back there, but you guys know how crazy Parting is. You know how unpredictable and exploitative and straight up evil.
Yeah. Evil's a great way to
Satanic.
describe it. Sometimes.
Yes.
I mean, you saw what his build was in Game 2 that last series.
Yeah.
That was wild. Yeah, let's see what it is. I don't know. I'm not sure what it's going to bring.
Innovation versus Parting. Remember, the winner is the third player to move on. They will be paired against TY.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be crazy. Innovation, the cleanest, most macro-oriented player versus the cheesiest, down and dirtiest Protoss that there's ever been.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 카이지 게이밍 이노베이션 이신영 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 파티 원이상
This is what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
One base. Let's do it.
So I want to point out, I'm 100% confident with this. The builds that Parting used were the throwaway builds for Spunny. Those were not his very best PvT. What?
You're 100% certain of that? 100%.
Watch, he's going to make a Stargate on that side.
Yeah.
And you're gonna
Makes a Twilight over there for some reason.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying, looks like I might be on the path to being completely wrong here, but that he was going to have some other builds to use against Bunny because he doesn't want to give any data over here to Innovation. You know, so much of StarCraft, especially prepping for a tournament, is data collection. You're like Facebook. And usually you want to have a variety of different builds so that, you know, they can't really plan for you. But he's doing literally the same thing. Oh, the mind games.
It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. But Innovation sent out a scout SCV, so he actually knows that something's up, and he's just going to go look in the exact same spot that he saw his opponent do this in already today, right? And
yeah,
look, he sees it. So now what, Parting? What's the plan from here?
Well, let's see if he makes the Warp Prism first. Maybe he makes the Immortal first.
I gotta say, it's kind of cool to see Concussive Shell being rushed here, because if a Stalker walks up, they're not walking home.
That's right.
This is revenge against the spider people,
That's
man.
right. This is the end of the spider movie where the humans win. Big shock. Oh, no. Oh, Parting! Oh, God.
This, Lotasus, is why spiders invented fast zones. Go, Spider, go!
Oh! Oh, it's so weird watching it get slowed down and then sped up and slowed down and sped up. Look at
Hidden
this.
Nexus. Oh, my
Parting.
God. This is some SOS type stuff.
Hard.
Dude, and now the Immortal pops out over there and can't reach.
And the Immortal's really just like the one of the final boss spiders. Did he really start an observer there? That's so funny. They don't make that fast.
They certainly do not. I don't know about this game, Tasteless. Three Marauders out here now. But look at this. He actually brings the Immortal over. Oh! Look at that.
Oh, shot him up the stairs.
Oh, is he going to get that, though?
I think he gets the pylon, yeah.
Does he still have a Prognir here?
Okay, the Immortal's almost over there! Oh! Okay,
that
so wait,
Immortal just kill
is there
everything.
anything actually at the natural?
This is so weird.
Move it. Can we get
He's
a
going to
shot
have a siege tank in a
Uh-oh.
moment. Oh, yeah, he already has one, actually. I almost feel like you could walk up there and solo those. If there weren't
yeah.
SCVs in the natural, he actually could.
Yeah.
Immortal will show you what he's made out of. And this is what happens when the crab people and the spider people unite.
That's right. Okay, so Stim's coming now. Templar Archives being made. The Robo is repowered. It took 4 pylons, but we got there. It took the price of a Nexus, but
yeah,
the Robo is still in the game.
So he's mining some purple gas now.
Yeah.
That's going to give
gas.
him a lot of gas.
So maybe he can make extra Templars.
Yeah.
And then win the game.
Just have like mass Archons suddenly.
Yeah.
You can custom shells aren't going to do anything against those.
No, they will not. I mean, Archons are pretty devastating when there's not a lot of units. If you can get extra ones like that. I don't know. Okay, he's going to go for Storm. Okay, so this SCD is not going to scout this spot.
No, it doesn't look like it.
It's grazing the edge of the map. Now, no, he won't go by the gas. It's just out of vision. Yeah. He doesn't see the assimilator.
Well, it's such a wide open base, you don't really expect it very much.
Yeah. Okay, the Immortal is going to come in here now, try to get some kills. Oops, targets the refinery at first.
Well, I think he's all right getting anything. He just wants to keep him a little bit busy because he has a hidden base, right? Now look at this. I think you use a force field to not let him in. Oh. Well. Okay, so if you see a chrono boosted Templar Archives and no natural, don't you kind of be like, okay, maybe he has the rich gas base?
I think so.
Can you do that? Am I reaching too far here?
No, I think you're right.
I mean, you're chrono boosting Psystorm on one base? I don't think so. Tasteless. Never seen that before, tasteless.
Well, he's going to check the other purple base.
The purple base near him? That's funny.
Yeah. Storm drop. Oh my God, Innovation not quite reacting in time.
11 SCVs just like against Bunny. Recall just like against Bunny.
Alligator.
Oh, it got out. Oh my God. Oh.
That's crazy. And now he can get so many Archons at Storm.
What a beautiful game. So many things going right, so many things going wrong.
Yeah.
Both sides.
This is a great game one. Actually, today's games have kicked ass.
Yeah,
this has been a really good, really good games today.
Today's been quite rabid.
Is that the same War Prism?
Yeah.
The no HP War Prism?
Yeah.
Does he just want to make... Oh, I guess what he's going to do is he's going to try to push him and then storm drop the army.
He's going to try to kill him with only gas units. Look at how many Archons he has right now. It's like actually quite hilarious. After the opening that we've seen, Rich Geysers are sick.
So smart, man.
You know, everyone's used to gold mineral mass charge lot garbage. They're used to Rich Geyser mass Archon garbage.
That's the best kind of garbage. That's what we call it, garbage. It's high quality garbage.
Yeah, that's right.
Le garbage. Okay, so he's going to drop, which means there's going to be even less to defend. Oh, man. Wait. Is he not going to attack him? I think he's waiting for just a few more units.
Dude,
look at the turtling.
Oh, my God, that's a lot of depots. Beautiful, though. Beautiful. He's really kind of assessed the situation well.
This is funny. The natural will be denied. Now,
Yeah.
2 medevacs units, especially if it's Marauders, you can't just warp in Zealots and kill that.
Ah, single High Templar. Can that kill it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think the medevacs just heal these all to full health, and the attack continues.
Yeah, going after that natural Nexus. He is warping in a few Zealots here, but that's not going to be enough either. Can't just attack move 2 Zealots down that ramp. Parting's actually walking home right now.
Oh my God, a drop over here. Where's Parting's army? Where's Parting's anything?
It's kind of all over the place. Very kind of sloppy defense from him, but he does end up holding on, loses 12 probes.
Yeah. He's still definitely mined more this game overall. 2 medevacs headed northbound into the main. Keep in mind, if they have enough energy, you can feedback zap them. No, not enough energy to kill those off, though. This is a hard game to follow.
Yeah, no, it's wild because you have to keep looking at the minimap and see how many little dots are and which of those are the actual armies of parting.
Okay, it's showtime here for Innovation.
Look at how many tanks.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's cool. 8 siege tanks coming out for this fight.
Yeah, but if they're bunched up enough, oh my god. Well, a Psystorm that connects would be good, but both of them essentially miss.
Mostly whiffed.
No third base for Innovation yet. There's no third base for Parting either. Although Parting does have more valuable resources that he's taken. Feedback on those 2 medevacs, but they're still in the game. They're still around, and they're still a threat to the main if they're parked in the upper left.
Parting right now kind of roaming around the center. He is getting that third base set up. Innovation, I mean, he's got a very big army right now, and he seems content to sit on it for a moment.
Look at how patient Innovation is.
Is he just going to go into macro play from here? Kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, but, you know, Parting can sit back with this abnormal amount of Archons and just wait, right? Parting can just go into 4 bases even.
And, I mean, Archons are always kind of good, but when EMP's out, it becomes a pretty reasonable counter. Look at how many High Templars are. There's 10 High Templars and 7 Archons right now.
These tanks are very well placed, but Parting does have an observer to see all that. This is a great move here. Okay, hold on. Is Parting going to actually see those Liberators there? I don't think he's pulled his probes. Yeah, he just now pulls his probes.
Wow, that's a lot of damage, though. 10 killed.
Oh, this is never going to work, I don't think.
No, he cannot go up that ramp. Absolutely not.
Innovation's done a really good job just playing super safe.
It feels like he is reacting to everything very, very well.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, when he made the huge Deepa wall when he flew out, that was a really nice move, and it was kind of a back. The Deepa wall was further back than a lot of them that you see.
Yeah.
And then, like, he had an army that really looked like he wanted to attack, and then he kind of looked at the situation and said, nah, let's just siege up and take a third. Yeah, I feel like he's reacting to everything. He scouts very, very well this game.
Okay. Medevacs actually managed to get out of that little pinned location. I think Innovation has the right idea. As smart as what Parting is doing, I think Innovation's almost playing this smarter game. He knows that a lot of what Parting was doing was hinged on just having an unusual amount of strong units early on. And so Innovation just doesn't budge. He's only done a few drops. He's never really pushed out. He's never really tried to take a fight across the map.
Yeah.
Things like this Liberator Harass are a great highlight of that.
I think you're right. I think he's basically going to try to catch up at the max out, right? You don't want to hit some very weird amount of units, some very weird army from your opponent.
Yeah.
Instead, you can just kind of scale up nicely, right? Get the right units and max out.
And I don't know that Parting's been expanding enough to get ahead here either. You know, mostly it's been the harass coming from Parting, from Innovation minus the storm drop that Parting pulled off. But it looks like that army may be ready to move in here now. The angle, if Parting were to attack from where that was, well, hold that thought. We actually have a push coming here right now from Innovation. Yeah. And that siege line, you're never, ever going to get in there and kill that.
That's scary. If that's in the right position, how hard is it to actually engage this?
This is one of the scariest Terran armies I've ever seen.
It's pretty frightening. Look at all those ghosts standing there, too.
Yeah.
Just ready to EMP everything. Yeah, Parting opens up the rocks there. Okay, he actually has a couple High Templars that went around as well, so we could see some storm flanks. But we also could see some counterattacks. Look at this. Oh, beautiful Psystorms. Oh, my God. Amazingly good storms while he's counterattacking. Great moves from Parting.
Oh, my God. He's coming in here. He's going to target down the CC. The CC goes down.
That was awesome tactical play from Parting. Beautifully done.
If he needs to as well, he can always recall here.
Oh, he has to send another probe out to make another pylon here. No, the Robo!
Okay, but hold up. Innovation may just have the bigger army, just like what would happen here against Dark.
Well, that's a lot of charge lots coming in.
Oh, the Storms are pretty good.
Oh my God.
Partied. He did it. Oh my God. Partied.
That was.
I can't even believe he just did that. That was like Innovation had so much clumped up.
Yeah.
The Storms.
You can't be clumping like that, man. Not against someone with 10 Eye Templars.
Cannot be clumping like that.
No. My God. Parting just tore this game apart strategically and tactically.
Yeah.
Innovation is playing like a very honest Terran. He's making great moves. He's reacting well. He's getting upgrades. He's not attacking when he shouldn't attack and things like that. He moves out with a great army, doesn't attack that kills a base. And then Parting's like, I got a couple Stormy boys waiting for you to come and defend your third.
It's a Batman versus Joker scenario
here.
Dude,
tactically brilliant plays from Parting to get into this position now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I look at this spot, like, Parting's going up to 4 bases. God, I like where he's at.
One of the scariest Terran armies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
For a game like this.
But now, he's not even upgrading anymore, man. He's at 1-1 this whole time. All his tanks are gone. Like, how are you going to take another fight that's going to be good?
Well, I mean, with all the tanks being reset here, I don't know that you can play the same game. By the way, Blink DTs are coming in here. So turret placement and pooling scans is going to be very important.
Well, he killed one of the command centers. So at that point, you know that Innovation's going to float his main, right? So we're actually not on that many commands, which makes this even more powerful. Right? You have 4 or 5 orbitals. Like, you're not too afraid of DTs at that point.
Yeah.
But right now, in this type of game, oh my God, it's going to stretch you even more thin. This is an awesome game.
Yeah, this is really exciting.
This is a great game. Whoa.
Party needs to be careful to not throw away too many DTs. It is easy for DTs to not get any value if they're spotted.
Yeah. Right, disruptors are being made, though.
I think disruptors are literally the ideal tech. After you've eliminated the tank count, you've done the tank count reset. Disruptors are so strong.
Yeah. Well, Parting, we know, likes this type of play, like late-game Disruptors and late-game Blink Dark Templars. Remember his match against TY, right, in the round of 4 last season? He was trying to utilize that composition multiple times, and maybe it didn't work out, but maybe now we get to see it actually do something.
Okay, storms are necessary until the disruptors can get good shots. Hey, those are great storms.
Whoa, that was a good storm.
Some of the positions that Innovation's in, he is eating like literally all the damage from the storm.
Yeah.
He is just under it.
Yeah, he's got his army under it, and then he loads up the rest of the army into medevacs and flies those under it too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we have disruptors out, and I don't believe that it's physically possible unless Protoss makes a mistake. I don't think it's easy for Terran to ever get a good engage in here.
Yeah, if they're sitting back defensively with disruptors, I think you need some Liberators to help break it.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, if you're running into this, if he just is careful about when he's sending out disruption balls, you can never close the full ground. So guy will close the full ground. No, you won't. No, you won't. Turn around.
Well, I think Innovation's looking for an opening here. There should be enough disruptors you can actually endlessly stagger shots. Hey, nice dodge by Innovation.
Yes,
can he just control his way through this? The problem is any disruptor shot that connects obliterates everything in the targeted area. It's like a one shot. Yeah.
You have to dodge all of them, but only one has to be a money hit, and then suddenly you are in real trouble. But
well,
look,
you know,
that
12
was great.
12 o'clock has been taken out.
Very good micro from Innovation, hitting multiple fronts there. The actual army of Parting is a little bit weak. He's been spending a ton of money on disruptors and a ton of money on DTs, and neither of those have staying power.
Oh my God, the dive!
Well, that is some big disruptor hits right there.
I think actually Protoss still wins though.
Well, he holds on here, but he lost a base. He lost a lot of his disruptors. He lost the rest of his army.
We got a DT in here.
DT Blink is great.
Yeah. Okay, it's 119 supply to 112. Army supply is gargantuan on both sides. A little bit less workers here for Innovation. Innovation is stuck on infantry, which is not bad. Just couldn't get, any of their tech here. But a lot of this will come down to control on both sides. Kiting from the Terran, Disruptor zoning and shooting from the Protoss.
He's getting to that same composition that we actually saw against TY. I love to see Liberators started for Innovation because I think that is going to be the answer here. But yeah, the army is so funny. We never see anyone play with this composition that Parting keeps trying to make.
I'm worried that Parting doesn't have enough anywhere to handle this. You know, when you go Disruptors, they're actually a little bit like when you see Brood Lords, where like, okay, you don't have to fight where the Brood Lords are. Terran's doing the same thing. They can drop in different locations like here, and there's no Disruptors here.
Yeah. And, I mean, he tries to use that overcharge, but Innovation might around multiple fronts right now, making it a little bit tough for this defense. That overcharge is so funny. All right, Scans takes down that DT. Looks like he will be able to keep pushing here, but more Zealots being warped in.
I feel like we're watching Parting lose on two different fronts here.
Yeah, that is what it feels like.
I don't know if any of these armies ever kill a base, but I'll tell you what, somebody is losing money here, and it's not the Terran.
Yeah, it doesn't look that way at least. But that's a lot of his medevacs. Has to make sure to get out. Yeah, boosts away. Dude, look at this army from Parting. He has 32 charge lots, 3 DTs, 7 Stalkers, and 3 Disruptors. It's just such an interesting way to play. Like, this really personifies the attack move army, right? Like,
yeah.
There's not much else you do with charge zealots. Well, this is a huge amount of units, so he is definitely going to be able to clear this out.
This
Look at
is
that.
Definitely too much. Like a swarm of bees. GG Party closes in on the remaining army of Innovation and takes game. Wow.
That was an awesome game. So much respect for both players. I think they both played phenomenally.
And they played true to their styles as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I loved how Parting was like, oh, that army's strong. Split 2 High Templars off for the flanks as the Terran army comes back to defend the third that you counter. That was like maximum usage of what he had. Could not have made it. There wasn't a better move to make. That he played optimally right there. Optimally.
Innovation a little bit shaken. You know, he's good at these straight-up games like the ones he had against Dark. But what do you do? What do you do against a Batman villain like Parting?
Oh my gosh.
Here's the thing.
Question.
He's used his insanity gas to poison all of Gotham. Okay? How do you stop that?
Well, the only way to destroy Batman is to put him in a movie with Superman.
Oh, that's right. We might have that here, actually. That's good. That's very good.
카이지 게이밍 이노베이션 이신영. 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 파티 원이상.
Parting, becoming stronger every game, even against the great Innovation, one of the most dominant players in all the eras of StarCraft 2. Do you ever get to watch Parting stream?
A little bit, yeah.
You ever watch it when he's cooking? You see, he's cooking?
I saw a couple clips, yeah.
Yeah. I was watching his stream one day at my house, and I think a lot of people don't know how much garlic Koreans use when they cook. He was like throwing so much garlic in with his spaghetti he was making. And everybody's like, no, it's too much garlic.
No, garlic's delicious.
Garlic's good.
Yeah.
Now that I've been in Korea for a long time, I put garlic on everything.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
Yeah. The vampires will never get me.
This is how you build your tolerance.
Exactly. I was watching him eat spaghetti.
Yeah.
And drink a bottle of soju at 3 p.m.
He's great.
He's great.
I love this guy.
Now this game, we did not have a pylon on the map, right? Nothing
Not
hidden?
yet.
Not yet. But, you know, Parting, when we have seen him go 2-base against Terran, 2-base early on against Terran, he has experimented with his Stalker Blink style into sometimes Warp Prism into Colossus. I don't know if he's going to do it this time. But he's beaten a lot of very good Terrans. And, you know, Innovation's opening here seems to be very much to punish proxy play, by the way. He likes to get that concussive shell so that you can gimp any retreating early unit on the map like a Stalker.
If a Stalker comes out and you have concussive shell, that was the greatest thing you ever did.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's such an advantage for you.
Now, there's a factory here in the middle of the map.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I actually don't know what he wants to do with that. I don't know what the benefits. I guess he wants to walk in Widow Mine somewhere or something. I don't know.
I bet you that he goes Cyclone with it. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
The place that it's placed, what would pair well with this? I mean, maybe since he's moving out, the Widow Mine would be a lot quicker. The thing is, Widow Mine gets its one shot off, and unless the rest of your army is snowballing, you don't get much more. There's the tech lab, though.
Okay. By the way, if you were to have a sliding scale of players who are inclined to proxy like Mario, and then players who are inclined to macro like Innovation, you know, another. I guess I kind of messed up my explanation. What I'm trying to say is that Innovation is the least likely to hide stuff on the map out of all the Terrans we have.
Might be.
So it's interesting to see in game 2, now that he's down one game in a best of 3, in a group that is still has Dark waiting, assuming that he beats Bunny, which I think is a safe bet. It's kind of cool to see him doing this. Let's see if it works, though.
This is weird, man. I
Oh,
really didn't
wow.
expect. This is like
a
forward tank push.
It's a launching pad to have a stronger push.
Like just for closer rallies,
Yeah.
or to not be scouted. Like what?
Yeah, it's for closer rallies. Yeah.
That's interesting. Like I really didn't
All the
expect what we're seeing.
infrastructure is just going to be in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
And so when you think, especially with concussive shells and the large number of Marauders ready, like first of all, anything that was supposed to get away is going to be less likely to get away with concussive shell, right? The reinforcements are going to be enough that this is like the first attack does the damage and the reinforcements close it out and flatten the Protoss.
And you know what? Parting loves blink openers.
Yeah.
And if you asked like a dummy, like if you're like, hey guy that's not good at StarCraft, how do you counter someone that really likes blink stalkers? He's like, Marauders! You know what else? Siege tanks! I'm like, no, we can't make a build out of that. But Parting has. So let's see how this goes. This is scary, man.
No,
oh my God.
Force field on the ramp. I thought he might be able to curve it with that. The sentry. All right, so he's going to just commit with this now that he's got the Guardian shield up. The probes are coming in here. Remember that Stalkers don't do damage that fast.
Oh my God. The probes sure do tasteless.
Parting!
Oh my God.
He's holding it up. He blinks forward. No medevacs. It's a good day for the Sugar Bears.
Yeah, I guess so. Look at that. Kills absolutely everything off here.
Oh my God, Innovation's going to lose to Parting.
So yeah, that's you know, it's kind of funny because the way I was looking at that was like as if this is someone who doesn't know how to play StarCraft. This is their answer to
yeah,
Stalkers.
You did it, and then it happened.
And then it absolutely didn't work, and I'm like, yeah, okay, but Innovation, why did you? Huh? Like, I mean, the damage output looks scary. It looks anti-Stalker.
It looked like he bought a few seconds. The Sentry was eating damage. The shield battery started to heal it. He got the Guardian shield up. The probe pull was perfect. And yeah, I mean, it just sort of executionally that was perfect. By the way, there's no starport, right? Right?
Yeah, there's no starport.
Right?
Right, Tasteless.
They can't heal Artosis.
You got it, Tasteless.
You think the stim drugs are gonna get you? They are.
They should have a drug that gives you health.
They won't even have time to use up all the veins in their arms and toes. This is
He's just gonna do it again.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Well,
if at first it doesn't succeed, let's have it not succeed one more time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe.
Well, I don't know, man. No Guardian Shield this time. Blink
Sets up his
away.
tanks. It's a
Forces
lot of
siege
units,
up.
man.
Forces a siege up. He's just going to wait for him to unsiege and come in again.
Oh.
There's one disruptor.
The disruptor's stuck.
Oh, is it?
Well, it'll get out there eventually, I think, right? Okay, some good force fields go down. He picks off some of the disruptors. Oh, boy. Oh, it only gets one. Good micro from Innovation. But this is not going to hold.
This is it.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Okay, yeah, the tank goes down.
It's still it. It's
Yeah,
still
that's it.
Even if these 3 Marauders kill all those units, then more units will be made.
What an insane strategy by Innovation. It's really interesting to see how it doesn't work. GG, Parting gets out of Group B. He's going to go up against TY. Oh, no. Yeah, TY.
Yeah, TY. TY versus Parting again. The rematch from the round of 4 last season in the round of 8. Maybe next season in the round of 16.
You can see Innovation a little bit frustrated, a little bit embarrassed. But I actually like the idea of what Innovation was trying to do, but you can see Parting knows the ins and outs of that basically perfectly. And so Parting is the first to advance. We have Bunny, Dark, and Innovation remaining as one of the 3 players to get out second and go up against DRG. Wow. We're going to have an interview now with Parting and see how he's feeling. And I believe that's ready now.
죽음의 조를 1위로 뚫은 드래곤 포닉스 게이밍 원희삭 선수 바로 만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
Congratulations. Thank you.
네. 자, 이번 시즌 죽음의 조
And this
B조를
season you were
1위로
allocated
뚫었습니다.
in
먼저
Group
소감
B, the group of
어떠세요?
death, and you move out today. How do you feel?
1등 진출 생각
I
전혀
never
안 했고,
anticipated
1등
the first
진출이 아니라
place, to be
진출할
honest.
거라는 생각 안
I
하고
actually
그냥
didn't think I would
연습
move out from the group.
하는 과정 속에서
While preparing,
제가
while
실력이 진짜
preparation,
중국에 너무 느껴져가지고
my skills weren't that good.
시드를 받고 그러니까 제가 좀 나태해지다 보니까
And I think I was a little bit complacent.
이게 좀 다른 이제 테란 테란 게이머 분들이 좀 실력이 많이 올랐더라고 메타가
And all the other Terran players actually, their skills went up.
준비해 가면은 숨도 못 쉬고 그냥
So I felt like I would get
이겼구나
asphyxiated today and not be able to advance.
확실히 제 이름값에 상대분들이 좀 약간 오늘
But I think people
이렇게
were
쫄보해가지고
overwhelmed by me for my
좀
name
좋은
parting.
결과가 나온 것 같아요.
And I think
네,
that's
이신영
why I
선수가
had good
원희삭
results
선수의
today.
이름값에 쫄아가지고 경기를 하셨군요.
You're saying that Innovation was intimidated by you parting.
를
Okay.
탐사정으로 막아내나요? 완전 신개념이에요. 이게 사실 불리한 순간 아니었나요?
And you know, we saw some kind of
오자마자
weird moments today.
생각했어. 이거 졌다. 이거 지금 일꾼으로 샌드위치에서 싸먹는 거 아닌 이상 절대.
But unless I sandwiched the opponent and was able to win, you know, I had no chance of winning that game.
폭풍 초대박도 정말
And you
아름다운
hit immaculate psionic storm with the High Templars.
한 차례 그 다수 전차를 잡아냈던 대승도
And
생각이
you were able to
납니다.
pick up a lot of the
와, 그
siege tanks.
1세트 역전 승리도 대단했어요.
And the
이것도
first game was really
기대되잖아요.
amazing to watch.
사실 오늘 뭐 재선이랑 할 때도 그렇고
While playing
준영이
with
형이랑
Bunny
할 때도 그렇고
and Innovation,
지치려고 했던 순간들이 엄청 많았어요.
you know, there were moments where I almost lost.
연습 때는 원래
And
좀 스무스하게
The
이기는
strategy
구도가
I
있었는데
showed in Death Aura
확실히 좀 탑급
was a strategy
게이머들이다
that should
보니까
give me an easy win.
그
But
구도가 안 나오고
playing that
그래서
strategy against top
또
class
연습하게 당했구나.
Terran players is definitely really
뭐
hard.
어떻게든 비벼보자 해서 이악 물고 했는데
And I tried my best to win the
운
game.
좋게 또 이긴 거.
And luckily I did.
연습 사기 당하셨다는 말이 무슨 말씀이세요?
그러니까 뭐 예를 들면
What do you mean you got script baited?
어떻게 보면 당연히 막아야 될 건데 이걸 못 막고 자기가 배제해놓고
I mean, screen baiting is when like the opponent should be able to hold against my strategy, but intentionally doesn't to bait me.
네. 자, 지난 시즌 1 때 못다 했던 이야기도 좀 해보겠습니다.
And last season you were eliminated quite quickly after getting eliminated in the round of 4. You were very disappointed and you were very sad at the same time.
그때 아쉬움이 많이 크셨어요?
So I'm sure you were very disappointed, right?
그때 솔직히 그러니까 제가 전태형 선수한테 4대2로
Well, at the time, you know, I lost to TY 4-2.
패배를 인정하는데 그러니까 제가
I mean, I admit my defeat,
생각하는 게 뭐냐면
but whenever I lose,
모든
my mindset is
최선을 다하고 이 경기력 제가 준비했던 경기력 다 나오고 나서 지면은 정말
and if I deliver all my performance, you know, I have no regrets.
자신한테 진 느낌이어가지고.
But that time, I wasn't able to do that, and I was quite devastated. I was really, really sad.
술 마시고 울고불고.
You know, I drank and you know, I cried.
난리를 쳤었다. 자, 그런데 공교롭게도 이번 8강에서 만나는 사람이 지난
But
시즌
in the round of 8, you will be playing against TY, the one who gave you defeat last season.
혹시 하고 싶은 말씀
So do you have any
있으신지?
message towards TY?
제가 복귀하고 나서 원래 복귀
Well, ever since my return
스타트로 그만두기 전에
to the StarCraft 2 Pro scene,
전태양 선수한테 완전 천적이었는데
you know, I used to be
프로 한 번도 못
I used to be
이겼어요.
TY's nemesis before,
뭔가 이길 것
but ever
같으면서도
since
막
my
얄밉게
return,
막
I kept
뭔가
losing to
좀
TY.
운이 안 따른다 해야 되나? 그런
Maybe I
경우도
wasn't too
많았고,
fortunate,
가장 최근에 며칠 전에 있었던 시즌 파이널에서 졌거든요.
but recently I lost to him.
그래서
in the
이번에야말로 좀 복수를 해야 되는데
So this time I really have to take my
오늘
revenge.
경기력 보고 안 질 거라고 생각할 것 같아요.
And TY,
그럴까요?
looking at my
자,
performance today,
원희삭
probably
선수
thinks he's not going to lose to me.
8강에서 과연 복수에 성공할지
So will he be able to pull up his
마지막으로
revenge?
한마디
So
들어보겠습니다.
parting before you go, anything you want to say?
제가 해외 팬분들한테 좀 실망했는데 시즌 파이널 경기 보고
You know,
제가 오늘 절대 못
foreign-
올라갈 거라고
The
예상을
foreign fans
했더라고요.
were quite disappointed in
그래서
me
제가 좀 화가
last season.
나고요. 그러니까 저는 GSL에 항상 목숨 걸고 준비해요.
You know,
진짜
GS for
온라인 대회는 좀
GSL, you know,
신경 안
I bet
쓰고.
my
그래서
life
빌드 다
to
숨기고
play.
했는데
And I used all my
팬분들이 갑자기 그거
strategies.
지자마자 와 원희삭 해물이다.
And right
못
after I
이긴다, 오늘.
lost
그렇게
last season
저를
around the
만드니까
4, you know,
화가
the foreign
나가지고
fans
더
like
이야기를
turned their
했고요.
backs on me.
그래도 오늘 이겼으니까
So I was quite angry.
방송 키고 한번
But today, since I did win,
재밌을
I'm
것
gonna
같아요.
turn on stream later today.
알겠습니다. 개인 방송 저희도 기대하겠습니다. 다시 한번
Once again,
축하드립니다.
congratulations, party.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
네, 이렇게 죽음의 조
Damn, Party
기종의
gets out
2위로
first.
뚫은
I knew this was a possibility. I still thought it was pretty unlikely just because Innovation and Dark look so robust and so strong. But I think we really have to really take in how good shape Party is right now. You know, this kind of play can be really strong, but we usually think of it also as inconsistent, and it doesn't seem like that's the case with him. He just knows how to do these alternative approaches to the game in and out. Like he opened up with that, and this was a game where we saw Innovation's going to cheese him. No,
he's an
not gonna happen.
excellent tournament player.
Yeah.
He brings a good set of diverse builds, and he knows how to win a game.
Yeah.
And those are like really important things that we don't talk about enough, to be honest.
We're going to go to a short break. Up next is the elimination match. Do not go away.
I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다.
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치, 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
거기 들어와. 그 밑에 걔 잡고. 나이스. 자, 씨. 됐어.
미안해 로나. 화났어? 미안해. 내가 해줄게. 아 잠깐 내가 누르면 안 돼. 누르면 안 돼 지금. 자 교편한데 무슨 소리야?
좋은 시간 되세요.
From the beginning.
고고! 핫식스!
너무 많이 마셨다.
청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다.
Land of the 60. Innovation. Dark. Bunny. Party. 아프리카 TV 프리급 스튜디오 라이브 2020 GSL 시즌 2 코드 S The Coming Storm.
Welcome back, everybody. This is a match that will decide who's eliminated first from Group B. Bunny and Dark. Look, I think this is a mismatch. I think this is a real underdog story here with Bunny. Dark has already done the greatest feat in StarCraft 2. He's become a world champion. He's the most recent world champion. And you know, for somebody like Dark, the goal then is to keep the combo going. But with Bunny, man, I mean, if he could take Dark down, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
The thing is, you know, a lot of these guys that get to the highest of the highs, they can't stay there. Dark has to win here and then win against Innovation, who Innovation already beat him.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a long road right now for Dark.
This is a big test for both of these players.
It's very, very true. Innovation's probably still feeling pretty comfortable with his chances, but right now it's about Bunny. Can he fight off Dark?
All right, game one in the elimination match is ready. Bunny vs. Dark starts now.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 카이지 게이밍 버니 이재선. 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 다크 박영우.
So we saw that Bunny had pretty awesome planning against Parting. I mean, he actually completely duped Parting in one of those games, and we almost never get to have a situation where Parting is the one completely caught off guard and fumbling through the game and then dying before his build ever got to blossom into whatever it was supposed to be. I'm curious if Bunny's going to have any of that here today. I do feel that Cheese's roll off of Dark very easily.
Yeah.
It's like water off a duck's back. Like, it's just not. He tends to
well,
not.
You saw
get,
him lose 20 drones and then stop the next 2 armies.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Innovation had to like do everything in his power to kill him after 21 drone kills. So like, I don't know that what Bunny's going to have planned here. I don't think, though. I think it's safe to say if Bunny plays his, you know, cookie cutter TVZ openings, I don't think it's going to be able to be Dark. I mean, one of the challenges about beating the great Zergs, and Zerg has been the most dominant race in StarCraft 2, is that you have to have a few special moves put into the build order, it seems like, to take them down.
Yeah.
I mean, Innovation might be one of the exceptions to this. I mean, with Maru, you know, and his great success was innovating the way that proxies operated in the game and showing just how many forks in the tree there could be for that. But I want to see what the techniques are going to be here from Bunny. Is it going to be a mid-game all-in? Is it going to be some kind of an unusual timing attack? Does he have an all-in for game 2? This is what I'm really wondering here is how does Bunny try to approach taking down the greatest Zerg to come out of 2019, the greatest player to come out of 2019?
Well, the first thing that came to my mind that he might try is one of these more new-style Hellbat VC type things.
Okay.
But I'm not sure that that's even the best course to go down against Dark, because Dark's a pretty queen-heavy player.
Yeah.
He's also a player that will get a Roach Warren early on more than most. He's more of a Roach guy than a Ling guy in a lot of ways.
Yeah, there's something about the way that he handles roaches. He also seems to undermake them compared to a lot of other players. Like if you watch somebody like Ragnarok, he has like a lot of roaches sometimes, and it doesn't seem to serve him very well. But Dark will have he'll skimp on them, he'll have enough to barely hold off everything.
Yeah.
And then later on, occasionally he'll power up with him and look to try to take a fight.
Yeah, it looks like Bunny here is just going directly into Banshee play. Third command center as well. And a couple racks is going down. Yeah, not too surprised about that. He's not a player that we see go mech very often.
Reaper goes down. This is a map that tends to have some pretty epic late game TVZ, but that worries me because Dark seems to have some of the strongest late game TVZ. It's funny too because you know, in the past we'd look at Rogue and say that was, you know, more his forte.
Yeah.
But I feel like Dark has also proven that, but he has a little bit of a different approach to late game. Like we think of Ultras a lot more times with Dark.
Yes, yes. He plays the late game very different from Rogue.
Yeah, I said Brilliance meant Brood Lords with Rogue.
Yeah, both though. True.
Both, yeah. So I would imagine that, you know, for Dark coming into this match, Bunny is much more of a stepping stone for him to get to the rematch against Innovation, which, by the way, assuming that's what we get, and I think we will, I'm still excited to see what Bunny's going to do here, but I think really the rematch coming up here is going to be super cool to see. Or conversely, if Bunny causes an insane upset, well, hell, man, let's see how his TVT is then, because Bunny did have to come into this with 3 matchups prepared.
Yeah.
Which is really hard for the
that's
people
a fair point.
Yeah, for the people he's up against, that's a really tough one.
Yeah, they're all very good, specifically at the matchup against Terran, too.
Yeah.
It's actually a big point. Okay, so Dark right now, he's already taken his 4th base, and this is probably what the game is, once again, going to kind of hinge around. Oftentimes is the case in Terran vs. Zerg. It's, can you do anything at that 4th as it's being taken? Now, here it is. The creep is not in front of it as of yet, but I don't think Bunny's quite ready yet either. But all right, yeah, we actually see him sending a medevac or 2 out to the north. But after his initial little harassment, I think he'll do a slightly more dedicated push against this 4th.
I would imagine. And that's the most typical way to, I think, approach this matchup, you know? I like the Banelings like,
that is pretty funny. They walk up, they're like,
value here.
Well, there's no reason to make a depot have yellow health, is there?
Yeah. That's what my life's going to be about.
Yeah. These Banelings really don't care.
I intend to crash into 8 SCVs at once if I'm going to go down as a Baneling.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, a pickup. Now, this is a multi-pronged drop. I don't think those Banelings saw that, by the way. The Baneling vision's a little bit lower than the Medivacs.
Kind of funny. Look at this. Bunny actually just started another command center as 1-1 and combat shields are finishing. This isn't what I was kind of expecting.
I think he's going to be really conservative with these drops. I don't think he's going to siege up or anything. He overstepped it already, but
his possible timing to do something against the 4th is now going away.
Yeah.
Right, because this is the moment where we see Hydras being added in for Dark. And that's like kind of the moment, right, where they're splitting techs, they're doing a slight transition, and you should have an army that has a higher chance at that point than later on. Whereas when he hits the amount of Hydras he wants, when he has Baneling speed, when he has his 1-1 done, that's going to be the most suboptimal time to try to do anything. So far this game, Bunny hasn't actually gotten anything done. Like,
so far this game,
a little bit of creep, and that's it.
Bunny has been getting mopped up by Dark's army on the map. Dark's creep spread is already continuing to flourish on the map. There's very few periods in this game where the Terran army has been able to have its feet or wheels on the ground for very long before it has to be picked up because Dark has way too much to ever try to hold the ground there.
All right, Bunny still, I mean, picking off a little bit of creep here and there, but these are not, like, every area is kind of important, but Bunny's not gaining any ground. The one thing he is doing is he's going to get a 4th base up now, and I guess he's keeping away the creep on this end, but I feel like Dark can easily take one more base coming up here. Not that he even needs it. Look at this. He's got almost 90 workers right now. Ooh,
oh my
nice.
God. Well, that was pretty damn good.
For sure.
Looks like it's even going to be able to get away here. Queen can't quite get that in time. But again, Bunny will eventually have to push. I'm worried that Dark might have had a strong enough earlier game here. He could maybe even try to attack out across the map in a little bit.
Well, Bunny might end up doing his push in a second here, right? He's maxing out very shortly. His 2-2 is about to finish as well. So it's as good a time as any. In fact, oftentimes when Terrans do choose to attack. Removing a little bit of creep, going towards that 4th base again. There is a 5th, though, on the high ground, let's not forget. And Dark's actually going for a little bit of a counterattack. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Just enough to get him to turn around. He runs back.
That's funny, isn't it?
Well, it buys you time, right?
It certainly
does. And you can see
does.
here, that's enough time for more Banelings to make. You know, Banelings make so quickly. But we do see a lot of games where the push gets there and the Banelings were like 3 seconds too late, right? So, kind of a smart move here. Just buying a little bit more time. This is going to be the moment where we're going to see what way this game is going to go. Because Dark's either going to hold this, or Bunny's going to push it and do too much damage, or it's going to be even. But we have a big Ling hit over here. The Planetary is going to go down. And this is enough. The Banes don't even have to be detonated on any buildings. And then I think he can try to come back here and take this. But Dark, maybe this is overconfidence here. Hold on. Banes
it's a lot of siege tanks, and there's quite a few Marauders here that can tank as well.
But these siege tanks are not in siege mode yet. Okay, now they siege up. Only 3. I think Dark's going to try to come up here and just surround him.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a flank, although the flanking force is a little bit small. Let's see what he gets done here. Here we go. He's going for the full move. That's a huge amount of Banelings now rolling in around the siege tanks and Marauders.
Oh my God, this is way too much damage here. Everything is just destroyed. And now, you know, it's Dark staying on 5 bases, masterfully controlling the map. Bunny lost that 3rd for almost nothing. Just a few Lings were killed by the Planetary. And I'm worried that now Dark has basically knocked Bunny out of the ability to orbit around anything close to a win here. This is where I think
you're right.
We talk about these Zergs where you, like, every time you leave your base, you lose all your stuff and you never get to grow. And that's sort of where Dark set himself up. That classic Zerg winning style.
Well,
just too much, too many.
Now you're 6 base against 3.
Yeah.
Getting into full tech, 3-3 on the way.
And if the next Terran army is flattened, I think we'll probably be hopping into game 2.
Yeah. Yeah, Bunny's got about one more army left in him right now. He is remaking his 4th command. But this is like the same army that he's remaking. What's different here that he can win with it?
I'll tell you what, the Bunny looks good.
Yeah, he does. He looks solid. It's just he looks of a slightly lower level.
Yeah. And you know, here we go again. You know, when you have enough Banelings back at home, you can send this many Lings. And they basically have to turn around. They can't just hold this off. And again, you can do this because you have so many Banelings back at home.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Then he gets the mega connection right there as well. Just as a backup. Just don't throw everything away and you're good to go.
We're almost onto a Terran on 2 base.
Yeah, Dark going to back up once again. More Lings and Banes on the way. A huge amount, in fact. Over 70 Zerglings being made.
I feel like I should be yelling World Star in this game. Like, this is brutal, man. Terran does have an expansion a little bit further up from the natural. I just don't.
No, there's nothing left for Bunny. There's nothing left.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
game is done.
It's hard. I don't want to.
Dark right
be dishonest
now
here, you know?
could just detonate all of his Banelings just right now, then remake everything and be fine.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Banelings too.
GG. Okay, Dark.
Well,
just a tsunami of Zerg units.
Absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
Absolutely smashed. The thing is, Bunny played like a solid game. That was good enough to beat almost every Zerg player in the world, I think.
Yeah.
But he didn't do anything other than the 2-2 push, right? He removed a little tiny bit of creep. There was no special harassment at all. There was no push on the 4th base.
Right.
There was just a little tiny bit of harassment into a 2-2 push. And the 2-2 push looked all right. It's just Dark flanked it and killed it. It was too slow.
Well, let's go to game 2. I don't know what Bunny can do better. You know, he looks like he's in peak form for where he's at, and
yeah,
you can see he's in a meditative state now, just trying to calm his nerves. I think Dark is probably already thinking about innovation. How do you kill what cannot die?
Bunny's trying to figure that out right now for him.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 카이지 게이밍 버니 이재선. 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 다크 박명호.
So again, just like game 1, my question is, what flair does Bunny bring to this matchup? What special moves? What techniques? What uniqueness in the pushes or the builds, or I don't even know, the expansion patterns or timings? I don't know. Because, you know, it does seem like a player like Dark, unless you're against Innovation, you can't just be pushed and killed. You know, Innovation seems to be the best pushing Terran of all time. He's always tried to do the textbook play, the optimal play, the supercomputer play. I mean, we saw what happens to Innovation in a game like Game 2 against Parting, right? Where he tried to innovate. Yeah. But seriously, he tried to do something really unique, and it backfired, right? Bunny's problem, I feel like, as a Terran player, is that he's not as good as Innovation at pushing or microing.
Yeah. That's what we used
decision-making-
to talk about a lot, actually, was that Bunny just didn't have anything special setting him apart.
Yeah. Other
in a
than
world of
putting 2 tanks in a
superhero
medevac
Terrans. Yeah, it was just like, this guy was the 9th best, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, I think mechanically, Bunny's really polished his play. You know, he spends a lot of time in the gym as far as his Terran mechanics go. But
that's the way to put it.
Yeah, I just don't know if he has any ace up his sleeve to take on Dark. You know, Innovation versus Dark, that's exciting because it is like a strongman match. You know.
Yeah.
And of course, you don't have to play like that. I mean, Parting is proving that he has this totally
yeah, Dark Force Innovation.
Unstable.
Dude, Dark Force Innovation is like UFC or something, but better. Like, what would you even call that? Like, GSL?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Every letter better. No, I mean, so I don't want to, you know, deflate any hype here with these two players, but I think you guys saw in game 1, it's like, well, how is Bunny going to do it?
Well, in a straight-up macro game on the biggest macro map, not that way.
Not that way.
Something else, something other than that.
I was curious if Bunny would have something, you know, idea-wise at least similar to what Parting did, or what he did against Parting, where he totally tricked Parting and killed him.
Well, we have something a little bit interesting here. Quick armory, but mines being made.
Yes.
So, and some Hellions being made too. Well, that's kind of a double threat, right? You can have Hellbats plus invisible mines. Maybe you get something done with that.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I think Hellbat pushes are the most obvious and easily stopped of all the Terran cheeses.
So you and I both feel pretty strongly about this when we see Hellbat pushes not work.
Yeah, at the pro level, it's like, if you make Hellbats as a push, it generally just means you're much worse than your opponent, you know it.
Yeah. Well, also, you will see them drop Hellbats in the main or morph them in the main, and then the drones run away because they're faster than the Hellbats.
Okay, we actually have a Mine Chop coming in, and he has the armory done.
Is Dark going to notice? Oh, surprisingly, he actually will not notice. So,
nice.
3 drones killed. Is he going to notice the second one? Oh, cool. Gets the Overlord to get the larva. That's really cute.
Yeah, yeah. Now he has to make spores against this.
Oh!
Oh, that's too bad. That's not something you wanted to lose.
Medevac goes down. Again, each of these units, especially the Medevac, very important early on.
Yeah, he's just going to have to get out of here now.
Is there counterplay from the Zerg with this?
Yeah, he'll go up and push, but there's a Banshee being made, a bunker being made. I don't think he'll get too much damage done.
Drones are not mining. Oh, what? That's still there?
Yeah.
He's going to get away, too. The drones are like, you killed our friends.
Look at that. It's getting even more damage to these 3 drones chasing.
What is happening here? This is not a... Okay.
It's Dark not able to manage everything perfectly. Hey, Banshee will be out pretty soon, but hey, I think he's actually going to get the 2 depots at least. Maybe even 3 here.
This is more than you normally see taken here. And he's going to keep making Ravagers. He actually can start to pelt the bunker.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going for.
Yeah. I love the SCVs being pulled to the front. Dark. Oh, my God. What? Looked like the Ravagers sneezed for a second.
Oh, he gets the Banshee.
Oh, my God. GG.
Okay, well.
Insta-tap out.
Yeah, unfortunately, that'll be the end of the road for Bunny, but it was a tough group, and kind of as expected, he couldn't quite do it. I don't think he's quite ready to get out of a group like this.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah.
Look, he's a great player, but he's just not there yet. I mean, look, we've been casting Dark for a long time, and he finally actually rose to the top.
Yeah.
Maybe give Bunny a few more years. It's hard, man.
Yeah,
everybody's so good now. Everything is so competitive. People keep innovating.
Well, I think he's still improving, so that's a big deal in and of itself.
You can see the disappointment there from Bunny, but it's natural. I thought he played well.
Yeah.
Some good sportsmanship here from both these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now we get to close, I think, on a very strong note with the matchup that we started. Innovation versus Dark, our final match. Coming up next.
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치, 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
거기 들어와. 그 밑에 걔 잡고. 나이스. 자, 씨. 됐어.
미안해 로나. 화났어?
미안해. 내가 해줄게.
아 잠깐 내가 누르면 안 돼. 누르면 안 돼 지금. 자 경쾌하게 무슨 소리야?
좋은 시간 되세요.
From the beginning.
고고! 핫식스!
너무 많이 마셨다.
청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 습취엔 가스강.
이거 어렵습니다.
이상한데? 그렇게 작아. 너무 안 보이는데? 보이지가 않잖아. 쓸 수가 없는데? 너 키워보라고.
성능을 17대화면으로 언제 어디서나 더 크게 즐기다. WQXGA 초고화질의 17대화면, 16:10 최적의 화면비, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어.
싱그러운 청귤이 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다.
라면이요.
자 이게
나왔습니다.
잠깐만 들어주세요. 빨리 나와요 이거.
음료 나왔습니다.
From the beginning.
고고! 핫식스!
섭취 이제 탄산으로. 청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 습취엔 가스강.
성능을 언제 어디서나 가볍게 즐기다. 지포스 GTX 1650 그래픽 최신 인텔 10세대 프로세서 탑재. 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게. 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다.
취했나?
청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 습취엔 가스강.
잡아 킬 흐림님 힐 그렇지 나 힐. 이전 쓰리끈 온다 잡아 바닥 바로
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스!
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
야 우리 진짜 한 판만 더 이기면 돼.
야 그럼 나 화장실 좀 갔다 올게.
야 어디가?
금방 와.
자, 이 정도. 20여 명의 학생들이 컴퓨터 게임에 몰입하고 있는 또 다른 PC방. PC방의 전원을 꺼보겠습니다.
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스!
done it now 4 times in a row. He is your GSL Codes champion.
He has done it. 여러분의 뜨거운 박수 함성으로 결승전 대결을 시작하겠습니다.
Land of 60 Innovation Dark Bunny Party Africa TV Playground Studio Live 2020 GSL Season 2 Code S The Coming Storm.
It's time for the rematch. We started today off with Innovation versus Dark. Now, Dark is the world champion from 2019, but Innovation, in what were really close, really exciting, fun games to cast personally, Innovation came out on top with a 2-0. Innovation went to the winner's match and was Joker villained by Party. Dark bounced back easily from Bunny. These were some of the best macro games that were really close that I've casted in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, Innovation had almost no functional economy, but was good enough at controlling and pushing. Dark was so good at holding, but was barely broken. How will it look this time around?
I think Dark's going to play better than last time. This could really go either way, even though Innovation won that last one. Like, there's something seemed off about Dark, but it didn't seem off in his last game.
But if Innovation wins here, crushing the 2019 world champion, what a crude reminder of how quickly times can change in StarCraft 2 as far as who's on top.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해 볼까? 카이지 게이밍 이노베이션 이신영 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 다크 박명우
Okay. It's cold outside, Artosis. It's snowing on Ice and Chrome.
Do you miss the cold weather yet?
Yes. I actually don't care for extreme summer heat.
I don't think anyone cares for extreme summer heat, let alone, like...
Yeah, but okay, but let me expand on that, Artosis. It's not like I personally don't like spider bites. Okay, it's not that's not what I'm talking about.
Sounds a lot like it.
You know, this is just me, but I personally don't like the sensation of throwing up. No, let me go on with this. I actually will take bitter winter over super hot summers. I will take it where it's brutally cold out. And by the way, for you guys who have never been to Korea, we got really hot summers and really cold winters.
Yeah.
We get to have the both of the extremes.
Our range is like -11 to 34.
Yes. But if I had to choose one, even though it could be rough, you know, when it's really cold out, I will take that over just walking around in shorts and a white t-shirt and still being sweaty and disgusting. You know, after having taken a shower and leaving my house, I'm outside for 2 minutes and I'm already gross.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
I also don't sleep as well in the summer heat. toss and turn, even when the aircon's on.
You gotta have a fan.
I have a fan on, Artosis. I don't sleep as well. I don't sleep as well. It's
right.
like wind blowing on me and stuff.
Well, it's always nice to be cold when you sleep.
Yeah,
Cover
be in a
with a
cold
blanket.
room and have a nice feather blanket.
Yeah, absolutely.
But talk about the game. What's the Reaper gonna do? Is it gonna damage the Lings
Did
and
you
get away?
see someone actually made the video that we suggested with all the Reaper
Oh yeah,
harassment the past
I
year?
saw that somebody made it. I hadn't watched it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either, and I don't know if I will watch it. But cheers to the guy who made that.
Yeah, thank you. So let's remember in the first best of 3 these guys had. In game 1, we saw a pretty strong Banshee timing attack where it killed 21 workers. In game 2, I wouldn't say anything fancy happened other than that Dark was constantly counterattacking to destroy an Innovation's economy. But Innovation really, with like S-class perfect control, kited Banelings well enough that he was able to close the game out with a push.
A little Ling counterattack here while the Reaper was across the map. Gets a couple Marines, a little bit of scouting done. No biggie though. Looks like we have a BC opener here.
Yep, a Fusion Core.
Fusion Core.
Fusion Core.
Is that what you named your cat after?
Fuzzums, yes.
You were trying to spell Fusion Core, but you couldn't quite get it.
I was like, how many Z's are in Fusion? Stim coming now. Everything looks like it's a setup for a macro build. This was, by the way, the map and the spawns where we had the very close game in game 2. Nothing looks different so far, unless I'm forgetting something. I don't think I am.
Yeah, I want to see what... This is the first BC opener done against Dark today?
Yeah.
You know, that was kind of what I was thinking with the original Banshee that came out, that he might have been... That's why the Banshees did damage. Maybe he was thinking it was going to be a BC follow-up. This time, straight up BC. Dark has forgone any roaches or anything, which he's done a lot today of.
Yeah, I almost wonder if there was a reason why we didn't see battle cruisers in game 1. I'm sorry, in game 1 or 2. I'm sorry, I mean in series 1. I can't talk. In the first series, Innovation played around going battle cruisers, but you know, here they are again. The same players, the same matchup, the same map now. I feel like this is either going to go... I feel like this will not go as well for Innovation, to be honest with you. I think he would have gone BCs in the earlier games if he thought that was a better choice.
I wonder how many Queens are actually out right now. He hasn't really kept much pressure on. The Hellions mostly sitting at home during this. All right, the BC's out. Oh, it's going to just go after the Overlord first. So that'll give Dark plenty of time. Dark does already have 6 Queens. Now he jumps to a safe area.
Oh, almost didn't see it there with the blue. I thought our observer just missed it. I'm like, what is he doing? Where is it? Okay. Now, these Queens are in a good spot here to basically wedge this back up to the top, and he's probably going to try to squeeze the battle cruiser further north. Good drone pull.
Yeah, only a couple drones dying so far.
More Queens are coming around to try to catch this. A Spore is going to come in over here. Is this going to squish the battle cruiser down towards the bottom into the main?
Yeah, it seems
There's
like
2 Queens already preempting this. But the battle cruiser's only at about half health.
Yeah, no way it's going to die or anything. You
No.
can easily pull that back.
But I'll tell you what, this is the least amount of damage I've seen a battle cruiser really do in these
Pretty
kind of
much.
rushes, right?
Pretty much.
Usually they end up killing like 12 drones and there's dead Queens and everything.
Well, a lot of the time they're used more brazenly, I guess, with 2 Zs, jumping into a mineral line directly, right? He killed an Overlord first, which kind of is like, hey, I have a battle cruiser, then jumped not onto drones, right? Normally, if you just jump immediately onto drones, it's like, oh, we're starting to kill drones right off the bat. But he does have another set of units coming out, so this might be how the PC really makes itself worthwhile. Yeah, see, he's coming in, harasses a little bit more than jumps to the main army.
Now look, he actually pairs this with the rest of his army. The Link counterattack didn't do well. Innovation is, I think this fourth base is just gone.
Well, that would be a huge kill.
Yep, it's gone.
There's already speed veins are done here, though. Can he clear this army efficiently?
Innovation is not turning around.
All right, here we go. The speed veins rolling by right now. He's going to get those sea chinks very, very quickly. Trying to target down the banelings and does a reasonable job. The Queen's coming forward right now. He's going to be able to pick off that BC.
Yeah, the BC goes down, but it's just Lings. I think if the Marines can regroup and get another arc like they are right now, the targeting would be insane.
Well, especially with the creep taken away.
Oh,
Look at
my
this.
God.
Queen's ever so slowly trying to back up. Can't quite do it.
Oh, my God. Only one Queen gets away. The Baneling Cess is going to go down.
Oh, everything going wrong right now for Dark. He's already lost a fourth, which is a terrible thing, but now all of his Queens gone as well.
Yeah, he can actually slice in half the second and the third base. That messes with the rallies. The Spire now taking hits.
This is a terrible situation for Dark.
If Dark does not fight this off in the next minute, he is going to lose game one.
Quicker than that even. Having that Spire go down is just such a big moment. He's making like 4 mutas right now. What are those even going to do? Okay, here we go. He is rolling in with these Banelings. Oh, God. I think he's just going to GG, man.
Innovation, he just seems to have solved Zerg. He just knows how to push it. He knows how to maneuver. Dark was not prepared. He even held the battlecruiser off well early on. GG.
Tough situation there for Dark.
Is Dark, the world champion of 2019, going to be punted out in the round of 16 by Innovation?
You know, his Queen heavy defense is not doing so much against Innovation, right? Like, we see Innovation fighting very well against it.
But it also seems like the micro decisions in the pushes are really important here too. He sets up the, he doesn't do that much damage with the BC. The push comes out anyways. This is a battlecruiser.
You mean
with
like
10
the
HP.
tank positioning and targeting? Or?
I think every little thing. Where the BC was put, the decision, he actually got the creep tumors so that when the fight was won, the Queens couldn't get away.
That was huge.
The Queens were suddenly, they were in quicksand there.
That's why the game had no chance. If he had all those Queens back up on creep, if creep was still there, all the Queens are alive in an arc, and it's very hard to continue pushing.
We're going to Submarine. My favorite kind of sandwich.
The Submarine?
The Submarine.
All right.
My favorite place to eat, Submarine sandwich. Give us game 2! Please.
경기가 준비되었다. 한번 시작해볼까? 카이지 게이밍 이노베이션 이신영. 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 다크 박영우.
All right, Dark's got to bring out his best stuff here. You know, you mentioned that he mixes in a lot of aggressive plays too. We saw him making some roaches earlier against Innovation. It didn't really do anything, to be honest. Innovation generally doesn't get caught off guard by things like that. Does he try something like that here? Because it feels like nothing's working for him against Inno.
Well, this is the first time we're seeing Dark get squished. You know, Dark never really in the past was just pushed and killed.
Yeah.
And Innovation seems to be on the next level. He's bringing out different TVZs each time, and each time he's able to strangle the Zerg and take him out. That's crazy. This is Dark.
Yeah.
Who, I mean, look at Bunny's games as an example. Bunny played mechanically really well, and Dark looked like the Blob.
Yeah, it was
well,
it shows you the distance between even Bunny
Dark
and Innovation.
looked like Tetsuo in Akira at the end of the movie.
Oh, I thought you said Ted Suo.
No,
I'm like, who's Ted
Tetsuo? Dark's like, my body won't listen. Just takes over the whole map. But no, it is. I mean, it just.
Whereas Tace is the little floating annoying guy.
Me? No, you know what I am? If I'm in Akira, I'm that religious guy that's talking about how Akira's coming and it's going to be the end, and I'm like casting the game until he just destroys us with one sweep.
Yeah. I'm the motorcycle.
You're the motorcycle? Artosis, you're one of the clowns that fell off the bike at the start of the movie.
Okay, Roach Horn coming down.
I like this.
Yeah? The Roach Horn you like?
Yeah.
Might be good here. Now, this is not 3 command. If this was 3 command, this could be a game-winning move.
Yeah, well, let's see what it can do. I think Dark, this maybe is a little bit predictable, right? The pushes keep beating him, so what do you do? But, yeah, let's just see what happens. I'm really excited for this this attack and how this is going to work. Does this supply block Zerg if he gets it? Actually, no, he already had an extra Overlord coming out even then.
But you know what? That is less time for this barracks to be producing as well. So I think Dark was probably pretty happy with that. And even getting the Marines would be huge. Look at this. He splits a Zergling off there, actually gets a full scout, so he sees what's going on. He sees the tech lab here. So he knows a Banshee can be made. But, I mean, he's already making 10 Roaches, man. He's going to come right across this map, and there's not a lot to defend.
And as you can see, there's a cutoff point for how many Roaches you get. The idea is that you want to cripple them and then get ahead behind it.
All right, let's see what he gets done with this now.
A bunker being made. Will Innovation actually abandon the natural? It seems so.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the right choice here as well.
We should have a few Ravagers made.
He's making a Marauder to put in that bunker. I like that play. Really, the Banshee is going to be the savior, though.
The Hellions will be here to counterattack. Can he actually get the... Oh, hold on. How much damage is this going to be?
Yeah, look at this. Oh, he actually kills the SCV that's on the bunker, then blocks his Roaches with the egg. I love it.
We need to have more Ravagers made here. You need to turn the injured Roaches. Oh my god, he breaks it!
Yeah, he does break in. Only a single Ravager, though, and with the bunker up. I mean,
Cloak is coming behind this, by the way. Ooh, Innovation has to be careful not to overextend here.
It was a good defense. Can't be unhappy with that defense.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But where do we go from here? It's a 10-worker lead right now for Dark.
Look at this. He's making 4 spores. He's not letting Banshees come in and kill 20 workers again.
Yeah, well, he learned his lesson from game 1, that's for sure. Oh, what? It looked like the Starport killed the Overlord by crashing through it.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
Best anti-air in the game is just flying
it's
buildings.
Like Command & Conquer, where you can like run over stuff with units.
Yeah. The Starport, though, would have to randomly turn around when you click it forward sometimes.
Yeah, it's not clean pathing.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 Banshees, again. Same ideas from game 1. But this time Dark is prepared. And the Banshees still have utility post the initial attack.
Overlord coming in, getting full scout, but sees that it's just a continuation of macro play.
Ooh.
Yeah, Banshee's really not finding any damage here.
What am I seeing? What was that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Anyways.
It's just showing the other barracks what's going to happen if you get supply blocked again. You better keep making your units.
They were firing at something, we heard something die, and then the barracks finished and they stopped attacking. I don't know what that was. So, now we go to the phase where Innovation is going to be setting up for a push. Is he going to push out here? I think he'll just take a 3rd, right? There's a 3rd CC that's done, right?
Yeah, well...
Yeah, there is, yeah.
It doesn't feel like he has enough to really push with anyways, right? Like,
no,
he's just getting some medevacs out. His upgrades are just about halfway done. Nothing feels super good about that. Dark is making some Roaches here, right? He's on 68 drones. He's getting 1-1, getting Roach speed. See how much he makes.
Baneling's nest being made. Looks like there's a small I think there's just some pressure. I don't think there's going to be any kind of committed attack.
No. You kill a couple tumors, that's good.
Yeah.
A couple active ones there.
Yeah, and then just run out. And you know, if there's no Butas out, you can do this.
Oh, this is cute too.
Yeah, this is great. You know, the Ravagers are quite expensive, so if you can get a few free kills on him. And keep in mind, you know, when you're massing up tanks, taking out the Ravagers, that's one less corrosive bile shot that may kill a tank, and a lot of times that is how you win or lose a game.
Yeah.
You know.
Right, a lot of Lings being made right now, some more Ravagers as well. Innovation though, not attacking, just hitting the edges. We're gonna continue to fly around with these medevacs. A few more drones here for Dark, just kind of keeping a pretty large standing army at the moment.
Oh, wow. Instant decision to come down here. Is this going to be for the Evo? Guess not.
Bile defense a bit too strong there.
Yeah, there's not enough surface area to run anywhere there. What? Oh, okay. Scan doesn't finish up. Innovation doing a lot of other stuff during that drop.
And look at this. That's so funny. Speed upgrade not quite done.
Oh. Well, maybe this will be the game that Dark actually holds off the main push. This is not doing that much.
No, it's certainly not. But he can see the army that Dark has, and this army doesn't really scale, you know? So as long as Innovation doesn't come out on the map early, as long as he builds his supply up, he should have a bit of a better army. And I feel like he can almost anticipate by seeing the number of roaches that are out. He can almost anticipate an attack coming in. Because I don't think that Dark wants to go to max supply with this and then sit there for 5 minutes, you know?
No, for sure not. It's one of these things where you're not going to die to a push most likely, which is probably one of the reasons why Dark usually is not flattened by most Terrans, is he's really good with Roach Ravager.
Yeah.
And then you could try to take a fight and transition into this super strong late game.
Yeah, and a lot of players are kind of like a little bit like bots, right? Where they're like, this is when I attack. And it's like, well, I mean, did you look at the unit comp here? Did you see this is not maybe the opportune time?
Well, you know, for all the missteps I think Innovation's had here, overall he's done a really good job with his harass.
Yeah.
Again, another kill on one of these Ravagers in the middle of the map. The fourth base hasn't been settled yet.
Yeah, the Banshee's definitely showing some worth there later on. 2-2 going to be finishing up. We have some Vipers joining the fray. I do really like the added Vipers. Really
Yeah,
do.
I agree.
That's great. It's really going to change the dynamic of this army.
Yeah,
it helps these units that didn't necessarily scale as well still be pretty useful, right? Whether you're abducting tanks or blinding, clouding them, you can get a little bit of a better trade with them.
Okay. An attack down here. Looks like it's pretty easily handled. God, you know, there's something about Dark's corrosive biles that always seem to hit.
Yeah, he throws out good biles.
And there's really something to that. I mean, I know that most games we see the bile as sort of this it's like this dance that never does anything, like a Reaper trying to kill one of the Zerglings early on.
It's like a zoning tool.
Yeah, but he seems to know basically where you can't quite move out of.
It certainly feels like that today.
Oh my God, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh my God!
Well, that one didn't work out as much.
Can't win them all.
Now what is he doing?
What is he doing? What is anybody doing? What are we doing? Zerg's taking 2 more bases to put this up to 7. Or 6, excuse me.
Tank sieged up in reasonable position here. He is a little bit on creep still, though. Oh,
Okay.
he's going to get the command center.
Yeah.
Has to cancel the planetary, has to lift off. Here we go.
Wild attack over here. Dark seems to have possibly too much. Maybe I spoke too soon. I think there's a few more tanks actually below our production tab at the bottom here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there was another tank or 2. Oh, wow. Yeah, still has, I mean, that's a pretty good position for all of that, but is this going to do anything long-term here? Because with those Vipers out, I could see that being dismantled pretty quickly. Meantime, Innovation hits 12 o'clock.
Oh, this is pretty cute. Yeah, just try to gun down the tanks at a distance. Oops, one more.
All right, there
you know, if you can keep this tank count low, it's okay to lose some Ravagers if you're able to take out the tanks, you know?
The tanks are going to be what helps Terran to be really cost-efficient against some of these Link Bane attacks.
This is the longest game we've had with these two players, by the way. We're getting into real late game TDZ. A big Link counterattack.
Backs up as the reinforcements come down.
There's still that push going on near 12 o'clock. Innovation trying to push two locations at once. This is very hard on both parties. Oh, odd detonation there. Oh, wow, Innovation gets his top 12 o'clock spot.
Yeah, has some good mines there as well, which will cover his retreat a bit. Ooh, I like the parasitic bombs, though. Dark is getting into this area where, yeah, he's losing a base here and there, but he's starting to get some cost efficiency against some of the most important units, the medevacs.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, that's kind of the long-term unit that Terran is always gaining value out of, right? When you buy a medevac, as long as that's alive, that is doing a lot of work for you. So Dark getting a lot of those into low health, killing some of them as well. It's a very nice move.
Okay, another attack in. Oh my God, Dark just has too much. But I'll tell you something, Innovation with these escapes is insane.
The mines are doing so much for him this game.
Here's another mine. Oh my God.
Oh, that mine was
I have no idea how many that was. It looked like
well, 27 kills on that.
But I think that was at least 13 banelings right there. That was some ridiculous number. Enough to turn a fight.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Look at this. Another one just sitting there.
By the way, Dark expanding past the push here at, what is it, 12:30.
All right, Link counterattack comes down. Innovation sending some army there right away. But in the meantime,
my God.
Wow, Innovation's eyes elsewhere.
Yeah.
So many parasitic bombs going down as well. He is losing medevacs left and right now. This is much more the type of game that we wanted to see from Dark today.
Yeah, we're getting to the outer limits of the game here. Every expansion is taken. I mean, there's one that has to be retaken that was killed off, but I mean, we're running out of map here. By the way, Zerg creep is not that well spread out. The idea of a counterattack on the right side of the map really succeeding doesn't seem as likely right now.
Yeah. Some of these mines still getting some insane value here. The overall Ravager count staying about the same throughout.
Well, a Greater Spire comes.
That's interesting.
Now I feel like a Greater Spire might give the proper defense that you need to try to, hold that side of the map, but I don't know how you attack across the map with this, right?
Yeah.
This may guarantee Innovation the right side of the map.
Yeah, I think if you actually, he's pulling the trigger on the Broodlords. I feel like that's a play to force Innovation into a slightly different composition.
I think you're right.
Because I think, you play like a Ling Ravager combination for long enough on a big enough map, Terran's going to outmaneuver you a little bit. So he's trying to change that up. All right, nice pick off here on the planetary.
Yeah, good snipe with the bios there. Picks up and leaves. These drones are stuck, though.
Innovation, in the meantime, is adding on starports, so he's going to switch into Vikings, starts at +1 air attack.
But just to go back to what we were mentioning earlier, I mean, how does Dark attack with this, right? He stretches the game out, but is that really what he wants here? Oh, great play. Gunning down those Widow Mines, but
some decent biles there as well. Get rid of those Widow Mines.
I think Innovation, I think he's going to win.
Yeah, he's everywhere right now.
When you invest in those Broodlords, they're hard to fight, but you can go pick fights elsewhere. Broodlords are basically the slowest units in the game besides Queens off creep.
Yeah, it looks like these Broodlords are being picked off. That's it.
GG!
Wow.
Welcome to the new era where Innovation can steamroll Dark in a push.
tell you, Dark played a much better game that time, but could not hold on to the overwhelming force of Innovation. Too much for the defending world champion, and he exits in the round of 16. That's a round of 8 and a round of 16 finish. Dark is a round of 4 player at minimum.
Not anymore, Artosis.
Not anymore.
What you just said was literally not true. It was a lie.
Oh,
no! Let's go to Innovation now. Let's see how he's feeling. He's looking better than ever, and he's been one of the most dominant players of all time. After this beautiful shot of the GSL Global StarCraft 2 League.
우승자 출신 간의 대결.
And
그
the
승자는
second
카이즈
place
게이밍
of Group B
이신영
is
선수입니다.
Innovation of Kaiser
축하드립니다.
Gaming. Congratulations. Thank you.
상대 전적 박빙이었던
The
박영
head-to-head
선수를
record
두번
against
만나서
you and Dark
두번
is
모두
quite
전승을 거뒀습니다.
equal,
자,
but
소감
you did pick up the
어떠세요?
win today. How do you feel?
사실 이렇게까지 이길 수 있을 거라고 생각을 안 하고 왔는데
You know, I didn't think I would beat him
잘 풀리기도
so easily
했고,
today, but the games worked out really well for me.
또 많이 좀 따라줬던 거
And I think I was quite
빌드
fortunate as well.
얘기도 해보겠습니다. 빠른 3가스로
Went
전투
for the
순양함
quick
이후
three gas.
업그레이드된 해병 아주
And then you went for the
강력하다
Bionic Army to overwhelm your
칭찬도
opponent.
받았고요. 한편 선수들의 개인 방송
On the other side.
코멘트를 참고해 보면 즉흥적인 그런 판단이었을 것이다라고
And the
코멘트도
other players
있었거든요.
think that this
직접
was a
깎아오신 빌드인가요?
improvised strategy. What do you think?
준비한 건 아니고요.
Well, I didn't prepare for the strategy, to be honest.
빌드를 골든힐을 좀 필살기를 준비해 왔었는데.
I mean, for the build, I
계속 빼가지고 못 썼거든요. 근데
I prepared an ultimate build for Golden Wall.
패자조 하고 있을 때 생각나가지고.
And while the losers bracket was happening, I was thinking of which strategy to use, and then I decided to use this strategy.
자, 한편 승자전은 다소 아쉬운
In the winners match, you did have a disappointing loss
아마
against
내
Parting.
이름값에 쫄았던 것
And Parting
같다
commented in
이야기를
his
했거든요.
interview that
다수
you
전체를
Innovation
잃었던
was
그 컴도
intimidated
너무 기가
by
죽어서
Parting.
그랬었던 걸까요?
Is that right?
이름값은 제가 훨씬 높은 것 같고.
No, I don't think I lost to Parting because I was intimidated. I think I have better value.
난전 상황에서 제가 판단이 잘 안
In
되는
skirmishes, I definitely made the wrong
고질병이
decisions,
있어가지고 진 것 같고.
and that's why I lost.
1세트 이겼으면 아마 2세트도 이기고.
I mean, in the first game, if I won, I probably won the
GSL 3회
next set as
우승자가
well.
고질병이라니요. 겸손인 것 같습니다. 자, 지난 시즌 1 얘기를 해볼게요.
Now let's talk
지난
about the
시즌
last season.
4강에 오르면서
You went around the
GSL
four.
5번째 결승 진출도
And you
눈앞에
made it
두고
to your
있었는데요.
you almost made it to your fifth
김도욱
consecutive
선수에게 너무
fifth
아쉽게
GSL finals,
패했습니다. 그때
but you
풀세트
did lose
접전
that game.
패하고 나서 좀 아쉬움이 있으셨나요?
So were you disappointed after that loss?
아쉬움이 있기는 했어요.
I mean, I was
자신감이
disappointed for sure.
있었는데
I had confidence going into the match,
그때 경기력이 좀 안 좋았어가지고.
but my performance hasn't been all that great.
아쉽기는 했는데 4강 상금도 나름
But
괜찮아가지고.
despite it being a disappointing loss, I was happy
우승
to receive my
후보가
fourth place money.
그 상금에 만족하시면 안 되죠. 이번 시즌 자신감은 어느
So this
정도세요?
season, how confident are you?
사실 이번 시즌은 좀 마음을 비우고 했거든요.
Well, this season I try to play with an empty mind,
좀잘 되는 것 같고.
and I think it's working out well so far.
8강 대진도 나쁘지 않다고
And I don't think the round of
생각해가지고
8 bracket is that bad for me.
4강까지는 갈 수 있어요.
So I think I should at least make it to round of 4.
나는 저그전 잘하고 저그전
I mean, you're
승률이
good at the
가장
TVZ
좋으니까
and you have the
이미 지금
highest
4강 가
TVZ win rate.
있으시군요.
아니요 그런 건 아니고.
No, that's not it.
저그전 어렵긴 해요. 연습
The
때는 좀
TVZ is
어려웠었는데.
definitely hard. I can notice that during my practice.
오늘만 좀 잘 된 것 같아요.
But I think
네,
today,
저희
especially
그
today,
4강에서
I play bad.
박주호
I
선수와의
play
경기
good.
기대를 해보겠습니다. 자, 그럼 마지막으로 한마디
Alright,
들어볼게요.
so before you go, anything you want to say?
예, 오늘 사실 좀 올라가기 힘든 조라고 생각을 해가지고.
Well, I thought the group would be hard and I wouldn't be able to
마음으로
advance.
올라와서 좋고요.
But I'm happy to have advanced in the end.
예전에 제가 3대 0으로 이긴 적 있었어가지고.
And I mean,
3대 0으로 이길 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
I will try
네, 3대
my
0
best
이야기를
in the
해주셨는데요.
round
다시 한번
of 8 to
축하드립니다.
beat 3-0. Once again,
네,
congratulations.
이렇게
Thank you.
B조 죽음의 조의 2위 진출자 이신영 선수 만나봤는데요. 오늘 경기
Thank you,
최종
Andy.
정리
I like that end of the interview. I will try my best to show uninteresting games.
Okay.
It's a good
These
day.
are our results. Really, you know, for a group that we knew was going to be so strong, there were still some real surprises here. Parting out first, Dark did not advance, Innovation getting second. Bunny looked good, but, you know, he's not up to snuff.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Innovation against DRG, because DRG looked so on point against TY.
Yeah, DRG looked almost otherworldly. Like, he just looked crazy, like how well he was playing, especially against TY.
It's pretty exciting stuff, and now DRG sees what his match is, can start practicing. This so far, I mean, that is a pretty sick round of 8, and right? We have 3 very old school players from the top.
I'm very curious to see what Parting's going to plan out here for TY. We're going to be back on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. For Group C, it's Maru, Solar, Trap, and Dream, another exciting group.
Dude, that is really exciting. The red shirts, look at this.
Yeah.
Dream is in such good shape right now, and I think Trap is probably the best Protoss in the world at the moment. I don't know what to think about this group, though, Tasteless.
Solar always looking strong. Maru, one of our greatest players of all time. You never know if he will get eliminated.
Can never count him out.
Yeah. You always kind of have to assume he's probably going to win.
Yeah.
But we've had a real shakeup here in 2020.
We have. We have had a bit of a shakeup. Like, look at Dream, man. He was picked so late. Like, he's so strong. Everyone knows it. Is he going to continue to perform?
Only time will tell. So we'll see you guys then at 6:30. We're halfway through the round of 16. Games have been amazing, by the way.
Yeah, and I think it's only going to get better from here. The round of 8 is going to be madness.
And it's not even the games that have been great, too. Also, the results have been really surprising, really exciting. StarCraft 2 is in a good spot. Crazy to see that Dark is losing to pushes of all the players.
Yeah.
And Innovation, you know, he always kind of gets back to this level where he just is mechanically perfect and seems to have sorted out all the possible attacks that could come at him. Knows how to shut everything down, deny counterattacks, drop enough to do damage and not overdo it, and then push and win. And he's done it like 4 times where he's unstoppable. It seems like he's here again doing it once more.
Well, I would love to see him win another championship, honestly. I don't think that there's anyone I would rather see win GSL. Well, it was Cyril, but, you know, Innovation winning another one
be a
would just
post-COVID era.
Yeah, that would be so amazing. I think that would be like, I mean, what a moment with the record he has in GSL so far. To add another one this late in the career, craziness.
Well, this is why StarCraft is in such a good spot. It's that the game is old. It actually has story. It has history. It's had time to develop. And it's cool to see players who are new come in and start to finally succeed, or these guys who were great at one point in time, like DRG, for instance, that actually had to take time off to do their military service and then come back and look this good. DRG beating the Season 1 champion, TY. I mean, you can beat him. I think you can beat anybody. I'm curious to see DRG Innovation. The future's good.
Yeah. That's kind of the match that I'm looking forward to for sure.
Well, that's all the time we have, guys. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, keep washing your hands and wearing a mask, and have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are.
Unbreakable.